for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This is our boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New minute today, USA Boxing, man. We back, man. We back. We here in the building, man. Salute to everyone, man. Who's rocking with us today. We got a special interview going on today with Kid Austin, the young kid, little young champion, man, out of San Antonio, Texas, man. So I've been watching quite a few of this brother's fights. The kid got the skills to pay the bills. He can fight. He can really do his thing. So I really like this kid. Remember last week we had Ricky Ross on here, Freeway Ricky Ross on here, and he was telling us about Kid Austin. You know what I mean? So basically he did say that he was gonna make that happen to where we can get the interview with one of his fighters, and and behold, he will be here in a few minutes. You know what I mean? He will be here in a few minutes. You know what I mean? So at 3:15 Eastern Standard Time, he will be here. We're gonna get him to pop up on the show. We got some questions to ask him. You know me, you know what I mean? I'm pretty much straight to the point. You know what I mean? We don't do no capping for no fighters, but we will allow we want to see exactly what this young brother got going on, man. I'm really like his skills. And he's a switch hitter. That damn Kid also the switch hitter. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, man. So this kid right here, man, he's pretty good. You know what I mean? He's pretty good. So anyways, man, let me get everybody a round of applause, man. Everybody a round of applause in the chat. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Amazon Music as well as Spotify and all around the world with the other podcasts. The podcast online is really doing pretty. It's doing okay. It's growing slowly. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys it's jumping out the window. It's growing slowly though. You see what I'm saying? So that's great. That's great. Let's see, man. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's go ahead and give a round of we gave everybody a round of applause. Let's go ahead and do this OJ Juman style and get right into it. Shout out to the Queen Lil Green Eyes P. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to Andy C in the building. Shout out to who else we have, man? Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. Let's see. Shout out to let's see. Who is this guy? He said, yo, Coach, why you never bring up Canelo fanboys? I've brought up Canelo fanboys quite a few times. I don't know how long you've been watching me. What I would advise you to do, HMG Entertainment, I would advise you to go look at my old videos. I don't like no fanboys. You know what I mean? But so either way it goes, if you feel like I'm showing favoritism towards one group, clearly you don't know me very well. And if you feel that way, you probably need to go somewhere else. It's not the channel for you. Anyways, let's see. Shout out to let's see who else we have in the building. Shout out to Pugilism. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Jaguar Tama. Let's see. Shout out to, let's see, who else we have? Thomas Jones in the building, my brother. Shout out to Queen Lisa Bells in the building. Okay, I got you, Lisa. Pugilism, what's going on, fam? Let's see. Who else we got? Shout out to who else we have, man? Knockdown 305. What's going on, bro? Shout out to Knockdown 305. Shout out to Paul Evans. Salute to Ava as well. Let's see who else we have in the building. Shout out to I think that's it, because we got this one guy. I think this guy's spamming. Might have to run his ass off the block. Shout out to the Knockdown 305. Shout out to Andy C in the building. Shout out to Zachary Allen. Let's see. Rome in the house. Let's see, man. Let's see. Shout out to Jose. Jose, what's going on? What's going on, fam? Let's see. What the brother say? Okay. Who else we have in the building, man? I think that's it. George H in the building. We got King County in the building. Thomas Cruz, what's happening, fam? Let's see who else we have. Vic 76, what's going on? Who else we have? Carl Henson, what's going on, my brother? Let's see, man. Let's see what's going on in the building. Shout out to Danny with the lick read. Salute to Jeff Lucietto. Double A Ron, what's going on, fam? Let's see who else we have in the building. Shout out to Teach in the building as well. Let's see, man. I think that's it. I think we got everybody. As I said before, man, we're gonna have the young brother Kid also gonna be on the show, and he's gonna be calling in about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes, he's going to be on the show, on the program. Not calling in, but we should be able to see him on the screen. You know what I mean? So, exclusive interview with Kid Austin. You know what I mean? He's a young kid, young brother, 19-year-old prospect, coming out of San Antonio, Texas. He's had, he's been sparring with the Devin Haneys. He's been sparring with the Tank Davises, the Shakur Stevensons. He's been doing his thing. You know what I mean? He's been doing his thing. I think he's 8-0 with 6 knockouts as well, you know what I mean? And he's a champion. He's a regional champion, and he's also a WBC champion. But let's get into this. Now, as I said before, Kid Austin is one of the most talked about up-and-coming fighters, in the sport of boxing, with a record of 8-0 with 6 knockouts. This is over here in the United States, right? Now, coming out of San Antonio, Texas, he has been making a name for himself by sparring the likes of what I just said, the likes of Tank Davis, I forgot about Jojo Diaz. I forgot all about Jojo Diaz. Jojo Diaz, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson, just to name a few. I'm not saying those are the only guys he's been sparring, but he's been, but these are the ones that, just to name a few, right? Now, as I said before, with 8 wins and 6 knockouts, he has pretty much become the youngest Texas USA Featherweight Champion in the world, as well as he is the new WBC-NABF Champion for the super lightweight division. Not super lightweight, but super featherweight champion. You see what I'm saying? So, to be 8-0 and to be able to accomplish these things at such a fast rate gives you an idea pretty much of, the talent that this kid has. You know what I mean? Now he does have his eyes on moving up to the lightweight division and becoming a world champion in the near future in the lightweight division. You see what I'm saying? Now, but this kid is only 19 years old, guys. So he's only 19, and he has a long way to go before he can challenge some of the big dogs, for a world title shot. So someone that's 8-0, you don't want to see him getting thrown in there with Tank. Yeah, I want to fight Tank, this and that, or whatever. Even though he's sparring with the guys, but there's no rush. You know what I mean? But we'll find out what's going on. We're gonna ask some questions and see exactly what the strategy is for Austin. Kid Austin, and we're gonna find out. You know what I mean? So, but for me, there's no rush. He's only 8-0, right? And he's had a lot of fights this year already. You know what I mean? But as I said before, with his talent, ring IQ, pretty much his reflexes, he has great reflexes. And he does have a great team around him, like his dad, Floyd Schofield Sr. Now, they call him Floyd Sr. I didn't want to say Floyd Sr. because I don't want nobody thinking, oh, they talking about Floyd Mayweather Sr. But he does train with, he has done some work with Floyd Mayweather Sr. as well. But his father's name is Floyd as well, but, everybody call him Pop. You know what I mean? And also Freeway Ricky Ross behind him. When he got people like that on his team, Kid Austin, in my opinion, without a shadow of a doubt, will be the next lightweight champion of the world in the upcoming years to come. You see what I'm saying? Coming out of San Antonio, Texas, I think that he'll make his state proud, his city proud. You know what I mean? Now, we're going to sit down later on today, pretty much in the next few minutes. We're going to sit down with Kid Austin, and we're going to ask him, some of his experiences thus far in the sport of boxing, and what can us fans, people who are fans, me, I love boxing, so I love the sport of boxing more than I love an individual fighter. As long as we have a fighter that's willing to fight, and he ain't ducking nobody, and he ain't doing no, he ain't talking about no other side of the street and all that other shit there, man. I got to get behind that, because it advances the sport. You see what I'm saying? And that's all I care about. The sport of boxing, period. You see what I'm saying? Now, we'll sit down and talk to him and ask him, what can we expect to see from him in 2022, you know what I mean, and beyond. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Just Do Boxing, what's going on? Just Do Boxing in the building. Just Do Boxing in the building. Salute to you, fam.
Hey, okay.
Punch Smollett, what's going on, fam? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So we got a lot of shit that I see that the lightweight division, bro, is something else, because Teofimo is gone. He's going to move up to 140. So we got Devin Haney. We have Tank Davis there. It's just a matter of time before Shakur Stevenson moves up. We have Lomachenko there. We have George Kambosos there. We have Richard Comey. We have some other champions, champions or former champions in that division. That 135 is a hell of a division. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's a lot of fights that we probably won't see in the heavyweight, in the lightweight division, because of the politics, because of the cross the street, cross promotion. Your baby mama, ain't pregnant. You got to be a Virgo. All these other shit that I hear these fighters be coming up with, man. You're on the wrong side of the street, and you fight for the wrong promotion to come. All that other shit, man. That shit crazy. Shout out to Donald Banks for dropping that $2 bam super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat.
received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Donald Banks said, "What's good, bro? Yeah, what's happening, fam? What's going on with you? What's going on?" Carl Hanson, what you say, fam? You say the lightweight division is pure fire, ATM. Yeah, it is pure fire. What makes it even more fire if you can get these kids to fight each other. You see what I'm saying? You can get them to fight each other. But man, you got some of these fighters, man, you got to check their nuts at the gate, man. You got to check their nuts at the gate. He said Kid also needs to sign with Don King, promote productions. Yeah. Let's see. He said Ice Kid Austin about his ice baths. Yeah, the ice baths. Yeah, we gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Who was this guy trolling in the chat? This guy's trolling. Don't mute, bro. I'm not even paying no attention. You waste your time. But I appreciate you being over here. I appreciate you, troll, being over here, giving me your watch time hours. But I will leave you. I'm not gonna block you. We'll leave you. I appreciate you giving me your watch time hours. You helping me out. I appreciate that. Let's see. Shout out to Paul Evans. For dropping them 5 pounds on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say thanks to all for the birthday wishes. Yes, sir. Yes, happy birthday, Paul. What's going on, fam? Happy birthday, man. You know what I mean? So yes, sir. Shout out to Paul Evans, man. I just do say you want to call in. The phone lines will be open. Right now, I'm doing the interview. After the interview, the phone lines will be open. You can call in and we can talk. Call in and we can talk. You ain't got no face. You showing you have behind the avatar, so I don't know. Yep, phone lines will be open. Phone lines will be open. You know what I mean? I don't duck no smoke. I don't duck no smoke from no niggas, especially no avatars. Duck no smoke from no avatars on me. You know what I mean? Duck no smoke from no avatars. Let's see. Look, Green Eyes P, what she say? She said, I can't dance or sing with them not care about the up and coming youth. Haha. Nuts at the gate. Yeah, they gotta check their nuts at the gate. The young dudes seem like they're gonna run these non wanna fight, but you got to be with the right promotional company and we're gonna run that shit off the block. The young niggas want the smoke. The young niggas want the smoke. You see what I'm saying? The young niggas want the smoke, and that's what I like. That's what I like about the youth. That's what I like about the youth. I really do. I like that about the youth because they're gonna step up to the plate. They want to fight. You know what I mean? And that's what make a young guy so dangerous to a guy that's just sitting on the pot. A guy that's just sitting on the pot. He's getting a little long in the tooth. You know what I mean? And he made him a couple of dollars. It's dangerous to get in there with a hungry fighter. It's dangerous to get in there with a hungry fighter. You know what I mean? You got a fighter that they want it. They want it bad. You know what I mean? So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know what I mean? So I love that. Drumming for life. What you say, fam? He say, drumming for life. What you say, fam? He say, I bet a PBR, you don't call in. They never call in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. The aerosexuals, but I went at them real hard, pause. I went at them real hard, called out the LDBC, called out these other race baiting ass channels, and they never call. So, I don't give a fuck. You know me. Yeah, I don't care. But anyways, man, so these, the 135 division, we're not going to get certain fights. You're not going to get Tank Davis fight anybody that's not PBC. So that ain't happening. Devin Haney, doubt if he can get a Lomachenko in the ring or any one of those guys in the ring because they're with Top Rank, and I don't think Top Rank wants to do any business. They're practicing the same thing in the lightweight division with Top Rank than the PBC. It's the same shit. You know what I mean? Bob gonna keep it in the house. He's gonna keep the fights in the house. Same shit. So that's what's going on over there. Now he does. Now I take that back. Bob does cross the street. He does cross the street. He did the Sean Porter, brought Sean Porter over there. They did the fight. Tyson Fury and Wilder, they did that. So he does cross it. And then if you look at that entire fight card that Wilder and Fury fought in the last fight when Fury knocked Wilder out in the 11th round, that was an entire cross-promotional card. So it was PBC fighters versus top rank fighters. So they will and can do business together if they want to. Also, if it's hold on, as a matter of fact, hold on, guys. Also, if it's hold on, I got a text. Okay, no, that ain't them. Also, if it's you know, hell, I want to say Bob Arum and what the brother name is overseas. I want to say, let's see, Top Rank and Eddie Hearn. Yeah, they did something. As a matter of fact, Teofimo Lopez, he went over there, but that was on the first purse bid. So I can't even say that was Bob Arum. That was on the purse bid. All right, everybody. So it looks like the brother Kid Austin, the young brother, man, out of Dallas, out of San Antonio, Texas, just popped up in the building, man. And we're gonna give him a round of applause. Let's bring him on right quick, everybody. Salute, Kid Austin, man, and Pop. What's going on, fam?
What's going on?
Hey, man, let's give these brothers a round of applause, man. We got Kid Austin here, man, and we have his father right next to him, man. Let's give him a round of applause. Man, I got some questions for you, brother. I got some questions for you, man. How you feeling though right now?
I'm good. I just got over having a little bit of a cold, so I'm just starting to get back into my training camp. So I'm happy. I ain't quarantining right now.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool, man. Hey, listen, I got to talk to your dad on this. I have to ask you this, Pop. You want me to call you Pop, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Pop. So listen, what made you? At what point in time did you decide to say, "Hey, I want my son to be a boxer. I want to put him in the ring and see what he got"?
Floyd wanted to be a boxer. I was along with the journey since 2 years old. He been in the gym since 2.
Yes, sir.
I'm a boxing coach during that time, and at 8 he started competing for USA Boxing, traveling around everywhere. So he always sits in the gym and say, "Dad, I'm gonna be the greatest boxer of all time. Watch." So watching this kid always, like, other kids want to go outside and play. This kid stayed glued watching boxing and practicing all day in the room. So all I did is went along with the journey and gave him the opportunities.
All right, so for everyone who may not know who Kid Austin is, haven't heard of you, never met you, let everybody know where you're from.
Oh, I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. I ended up moving to Austin and San Antonio about 3 years ago.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm from everywhere, really. You leave it up.
Yeah. So you fighting out of Austin right now?
No,
or San Antonio?
San Antonio. We have a promotional partner, Davies Entertainment.
Okay.
They built this complex for him. We have an apartment on the complex. We go our fights out of here. We keep everything independent. We got the gym. We don't have to go nowhere. We got the doctors. Everything is here.
Bro, I mean, that's beautiful, man. I mean, that's phenomenal just to have everything. You don't have to go through the struggles of just trying to figure out where you're going to train at, work out at. Everything is pretty much, convenient for you, basically. Yeah, I got. Listen. I want to ask you. I definitely got to ask you this because this is on my mind. This is someone that sent me. Who are some of the trainers that you've worked with, and who you are currently working with outside of your father?
I worked with Kenny Porter. I worked with Mike Stafford.
Oh, K Diddy. They call Kenny Porter K Diddy.
Mike Stafford.
Robert
Garcia. Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Okay.
As of right now, I'm not really. Robert Garcia.
Yeah, Robert Garcia right now.
We're bringing him into the training camp for this fight.
Yeah.
So just him and my dad for this one.
Okay, so from a boxing standpoint, when you analyze yourself, right? What would you say is your strongest asset in the ring?
That's a good question.
You can say all of them if you feel it.
Yeah, I would say that. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably say my boxing abilities. Or my
boxing ability.
I wouldn't pick that.
What would you pick then?
His IQ. Because I watch him spar the champions. He get the champions ready for their fights. Like the Devin Haneys. We just came out of Sean Porter camp when he was training for Crawford. We went to Jojo Diaz camp, got him ready for Devin, anyway. But so he get the champions ready, and he don't get touched. And you guys, any champion that he never got a black eye, bloody nose. They never got the best of him. He been in camp with Shakur Stevenson.
Oh my God, bro!
Future of boxing, and none of them came in and said, like I say, I got the greatest boxer of all time. Not one champion came out and said he's lying. So they must see it too, because they call us, like Shakur just called. He's supposed to go next week to do some spar work with Shakur because he said he needs some good sparring. So that's what they call him for.
Wow. So Shakur Stevenson, how was that sparring session? Because I'm really high on Shakur Stevenson. I feel like he has he's very fast, very quick. He has those twitch muscles, quick reflexes. Like, how was that? Like
I'm always gonna say, it was super technical. Like, it wouldn't be for the average boxing fan that just want to see, punch and get hit. This is a real technical sparring match. Mm-hmm. But then he got in that little body shot, which I still open.
So did the body shot stop you? Like, you can't just throw out. He landed a body shot.
He landed a good body shot, but we was still rocking until sparring ended. But he caught a good shot.
Okay.
And I opened. That's all I'm saying.
So what did you learn? What did you learn from those experiences, like sparring with Devin Haney, the Shakur Stevenson, the Tank Davises, and Jojo Diaz's, and probably the other fighters that you sparred with? What have you learned? What have you learned from them? Like, if you could just take away from each one, you know what I mean? What would you say you might have learned?
With Shakur, I learned that you can't just get comfortable. You can't get relaxed. Devin, I ain't even gonna get on him. Jojo, fighting a swarmer, having that nonstop pressure come at you. And then really just that it's a grown man's sport. Just because I was a teenager, that don't mean anything.
Wait, but who?
What you mean?
Who you was a teenager?
When I was a teenager, I'm still sparring him as a teenager.
Hey, you talking about Devin?
And
Devin,
I'm a teenager. I'm 19.
Okay.
But that they not just gonna take it easy on you just because you're young. So hopping into the pros, they're not gonna take it easy on you either.
So now, what I learned is that he's the one. He's the champion. Once I put him in the ring with like Devin and see Devin couldn't touch him and things like that, or Shakur, it was challenging for them. And Robert Easton Jr. told him, "Don't hit me no more, boy. You hit too hard." And seeing all these things, it's like I realized that I really do have the greatest boxer of all time.
Have you when you stepped in the ring when you first stepped in the ring with Tank Davis or these other champions? Did you feel like any kind of nervousness or, I can't? Did you like get overwhelmed in the moment? Basically, what I'm saying.
No, I was more like, I gotta take a picture with them afterwards. But like going in, it's like no, because they pros, they champions. I respect that, but at the end of the day, like I still have experience on my side, and I know my abilities, and I know what I can do in the ring. So I'm not gonna fear another man, just because he's a champion. I can learn from him, and whether if I have a bad sparring or not, I'm always gonna learn something and be able to, put it to what I can do.
And he don't get hit, so it ain't like he experienced just because they champion, they can't touch him.
I know so my defense.
It's
I'm
like
confident with
if they can't touch him, it's really he just sharpening his defense up and learning how to touch them.
Wow, man, that's amazing to hear. For everyone who doesn't know, let everybody know who is a part of your team right now. Like, who are the guys that you have around you that's keeping you grounded, focused on boxing, no distractions, guiding your career the way you know.
Only Pops.
Yeah,
only Pops.
That's the only one.
Like I have advisors, me personally. I have Rick Ross as my advisor because Rick is the only person that I know who know what to do with hundreds of millions of dollars and stuff. Because he owned two companies. Floyd also owned two companies. So Rick guided us and he gave us the feedback. And Glazer had 40 years experience. So when it comes to matchmaking and the politics of boxing, I'm learning that part because I'm still learning and growing too. So that's what I have in my life. But when it comes to guiding his career, nobody do that but me.
Yeah, and I don't think I'll trust me, that's Pops. He get on your nerves and whatnot, but he'll keep you on the straight path. And that's what I need. I don't need anybody else trying to, do what he do.
The reason why I ask that is because you see so many stories of just, the trappings that go on in boxing. Certain fighters, they be the next. This guy gonna be the next Floyd Mayweather. This guy gonna be the next Tyson or this and that, and they get the praises and stuff, and then they get, reach a certain level. And I don't know if they start reading too many news clippings or maybe they don't have the discipline that, you know, I'm reading a book right now about Mike Tyson. He talked about the lack of discipline that he had at a certain point. You know, it's good to have someone like your father around and your team just to make sure you don't get off the wagon, because you hear many stories of that happening, you know?
Right, but we have a lot of, besides Rick Ross and Glazer, I have a good cut man. And I put people in his place, because it takes a village to raise a child, but yet it takes men to raise a man. And so I'm not the type of dad or coach that think I know everything. So around him, he got solid people around him that ain't gonna let people come and try to persuade him and take him somewhere.
Yeah.
So you're not working with any promoters right now, like on a long-term contract basis, or are you just doing fight by fight?
No, we with Davies Entertainment. That's a
Okay.
new promotional company. Cameron Davies is my partner as far as the
Okay.
fights. So he guaranteed us 4 fights a year, but he allowed us to fight anywhere we want, because we want to stay independent. I want him to stay independent because this is his life. This is his job. He a 1099. Like most boxers out there don't realize, when they sign a promotional contract, you're still an independent contractor. You still working for yourself, but they forget that they the boss and think that the promoter the boss because they didn't do right on their contracts. His contract is right. He could do what he want to do, but he also is there with his promotional partner to help them grow.
So I see, a kid, I see that you a switch hitter. I was watching oh my God, what was this fight at? I want to say it was in your hometown, San Antonio. You was beating this dude down. It was like what I admired about the fight. I forgot his name because I was just watching it last night. But you was fainting him. He kept going in the corner. You was fainting him, and then next thing I know, you was all over. And then I noticed, I said, damn, he just switched to southpaw. So you a switch hitter, right?
Yeah, sometimes I do it without noticing. Then when I go back and watch it, sometimes I'll be like, dang, I shouldn't have switched there. But I did it, and it actually worked. And I'm like, okay. But you get used to doing it so much that sometimes it's like a habit. You don't know when you do it. You just do it off a reflex. So, yeah.
Right, just a smooth transition, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he learned all the styles. He learned all 5 styles of boxing. He learned all the defenses, and he learned them in both stances as a young kid growing up. So to him, it's just normal. He don't even know he's switching. It's just, okay, they open on this angle, he go to that angle, and things like that. And that's what gives these champions trouble. That's why Devin won't fight us. And my respect to Devin, I love these people. I gotta say that I love the change they made where they praying before. So I don't want nobody to think I'm hating on any champion. But the truth is the truth. I mean, Devin probably would never fight Floyd because Devin can't deal with a switch hitter.
So what is the benefits of being a switch hitter?
I think it's to get more angles. And it exposes people way more, because when you switch, they sometimes make a little mistake, whether it's dropping their hands or, squaring up, because they trying to see what you did. And that 1 second, it gives you power over them.
Yeah, give you the opportunity to capitalize.
So mostly angles.
So mostly the angle. So what is I'm not, I know you don't want to get too much into it, but what happened with you and Devin Haney sparring? Basically,
I like that. No. Nothing really.
You got first paint the whole thing. The viewers don't know.
All right, so we land there, boom. They throw me in the first day. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm a boxer. We do this. So I get there.
Professional yet?
No, I was getting ready to turn professional. I was 17, turning 18 when I sparred him.
Yeah, you was 18.
I was 18. I don't remember. But we get there, and Bill, he like, oh, well, you going with Devin today? I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. So I was just, talking to Bill, chopping it up. I'm like, yeah, Devin, one of my top 5 favorite fighters. And Bill's like, okay, that's what's up. And he take me over there to Devin. I'm talking to Devin. So I get in the ring, first round.
Wait. Was it a normal round?
Oh, no. Wait, no, that was the second round.
No, I'm talking about the amount of time.
Oh, no, it was a 5-minute round. It was a 5-minute round. I'm like, okay, I've never done this, but I know I'm ready. So I do the 5-minute round. Boom. First round, easy. Second round, easy. I rocked them. Third round,
rocked them. Made the whole crowd. Made all of them get quiet.
Church and everybody got quiet.
It was shocked.
Everybody got quiet. So
now, pause there. He was only supposed to do 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Because he buckled Devin and hurt Devin,
They made me go a third one.
we get out the ring. They told us, no, stay in the ring, stay in the ring. So then Devin wanted to get low.
I'm like,
Devin wanted to hit nut shots and shit like that because now it's personal. He wanted to get dirty. And so I'm like, yo, Floyd, come out the ring. They're not trying to box you
And
now.
I said, nope.
He like, nope, I'm
I
staying in
did
the ring.
one more.
And we finished up. And they called us to come back to Devin camp, and we refused it. We like, nah, we're not going back to help y'all anymore. Because that was getting him ready for the Gamboa fight. Because I didn't like that disrespect. If you're going to fight us clean. And so then Bill Haney got online and started lying. At that moment, started lying, saying they stopped him, this. And it was bullcrap. So our advisor, we offered them $1 million for a 6-round exhibition. And, you know, things went sideways. But, like, that's the past. Mm-hmm. We don't reflect on that. We respect them. I like the fact, like I say, they Muslim. They praying before people. So that's their past. Now, I will look at them a different way. But
he's a skillful fighter. I take nothing away from him. I still think he's a champion, or he has potential to be an undisputed champion.
How many rounds against you if he fought you? Now, at this moment, not in the future, how many rounds would you give him? Do you think he'll last?
I give him 4.
That same thing. I give him 4 rounds and he'll be stopped.
But yeah.
No, but I mean, at 19 and Devin Haney, how old is Devin Haney? Like 24, right?
Yeah, but age don't matter because he's been doing it, like I said, since 2, he been in the gym training. Since 8, he's been competing. He have over 200 amateur fights, most outstanding boxing, the Golden Gloves, and all this other stuff. So if they go experience, he got just as much experience as them. But he got experience with great training. He don't got experience with half training and trying to get better. So that's the difference.
What I noticed about you, I was looking at some tape, and especially that last fight that you had. I noticed that your feints. I noticed how defensively sound you were. How you was baiting the guy to open up, and he knew, man. He tried to get me open up. He knew what time it was. He wasn't going for it. And you just had to. He made one mistake, and I'm like, what I noticed is, I'm like, you have those twitch muscles. If someone makes one mistake, that's their ass. You there. You see what I'm saying? And I just, you fight like you have a lot of experience. I don't like, he's only 19. It's just hard to believe. It's just really hard to believe. So
you know, in that fight, he couldn't even close his hand because his hand got wrapped. The hand wraps too tight. Too wrong. So he didn't even have his hands. Otherwise, he would have knocked the guy out. But he couldn't make a tight fist. Like when you watch his hands like this. He can't close his hands.
Right. Yeah, I think if that was a 12-round fight, I would have definitely walked out of that ring with my hands hurt. But as my dad always say, I think I came back to the corner in like the second round because, you know, the glove was very uncomfortable. I couldn't close my hand. The second round, I'm like, yo, Dad, my hand, something wrong with my hand. And he was like, use the other hand.
Right.
I'm like, all right.
So it's a fight.
Hey, so have you? When did you become the WBC-NABF champion?
My last fight.
Your last fight?
October 22nd.
In February, fight for another title.
Yeah, the US-NBC.
No, it's either going to be the WBC Continental title or we going for the IBF title.
I like that.
Move up there.
So you at super featherweight right now, but I mean you're young. You are a growing body. You're still growing. So where do you Pop? I noticed you sent me something. When you talked on the phone, and you're saying that you might end up moving up to lightweight. Yeah,
we moved up already. The next fight is 135. We want all the smoke. We want to fight them. So we're gonna go to 135. Devin go up to 140. We're gonna go up to 140 because I want to prove something to Devin and him that he can't. Yeah, and it ain't personal. It's just these fighters now. They are not fighters like back in the day. They not cut from the cloth of the Archie Moores and, you know, those type of fighters that he looked up to. He wanted to beat Sugar Ray Robinson record, which I told him in this day and time, it won't happen because these people won't get in the ring. So these fighters y'all got, we want to show they not champions. They not real champions. They YouTubers, no disrespect to any of them, because that's the way their promoters do them. They making them like that. Their team. It's not the fighter. I believe the fighters will fight, but their teams is making them YouTubers. They not boxers anymore. The only boxer that I would say is a real boxer is Shakur. And they don't want to give him no time like that. Those are the two. That's the future of boxing, Shakur and Floyd. But Devin and them, we want to fight them. So we moving up right there where they at, 135, 140. I believe the only one who will step in the ring with us is Tank. And so we hoping next year we could get a fight with Tank. People fear Tank. No disrespect to Tank. We love Tank, but we want to fight the best. We don't want no half behind fights. We called out undefeated fighters now, and they still won't fight us. It's like, it's that type of thing. We have to double pay and triple pay people to get in the ring with us. You know, so boxing ain't the same like it used to be.
It's amazing you said that, because you're talking about the politics of boxing and how some of these fighters, they will be willing to get in the ring with you, but because of the politics, it just will not allow someone like your son, you know, to break a Sugar Ray Robinson record. Sugar Ray Robinson, my favorite fighter, and I love Marvin Hagler as well. Marvin Hagler, but I know your son is cut from that old school cloth. But just with the politics of boxing, what is it about the politics of boxing? And this is the question for both of you, that you don't like.
It ain't really like I don't like, but the politics of boxing is, you know, a promoter, even if he knew that you could beat his fighter, he's not going to give you the chance unless you sign with him, because he want to keep the belts there. It's still a business. They still got to make money. I feel the politics of boxing need to change and be more universal, where it's, you know, everybody could do business together, you know, but people get greedy. They want to keep titles over there at their company.
What are you learning about matchmaking, Pop? What you learning about matchmaking? The importance of matchmaking?
The importance in moving a fighter, you got to know your fighter. You got to know your fighter. You got to know their strengths, their weaknesses. And when you're matching them, you always want to give them a challenge. You want to make it tougher for them. If you're developing a great fighter, somebody that's going to really make money and survive in that ring. A lot of times with these matchmakers, they want easy fights. They just want something to put to get dollars, but they're not developing these fighters to really become great and to survive. And some of these fighters in the future might die in the ring. And that's just being real honest, because they making too many mistakes because they fighting easy guys. So they end up getting bad habits from fighting easy opponents. Like some people keep their elbows all open. They don't realize the rib could be fractured and puncture a lung, and they could die in there and suffocate. Like things like that, these fighters ain't learning. Where back in the day, them fighters knew it's a fight. So matchmaking, you just got to know your fighter, and you got to be willing to challenge your fighter. Because if you're not challenging, and we don't care about no loss. All the greats got losses. You got loss, you lose, you get back on the drawing board, and you come back and you see if you improve. That's boxing, you improving. But people scared to lose. They scared to face a challenge.
So it's amazing you said that, because it seems like in today's time, the way boxing is being marketed with certain fighters, it's, well, you just hit the nail right on the head. We may not want to do a cross promotional fight, with Kid Austin and another fighter, because, hey, it's a good chance he could beat my fighter. So we rather have a easier touch. We got to protect the O and stuff like that. And you just very seldom, you hear people say, hey man, if you lose, you lose. We want to fight the best fighters. Your son is 8-0. 8-0, like, how fast do you want to move him at this point,
I would want him to fight for a world title tomorrow if it was up to me. I know he's 8-0, but the people got to realize he might be 8-0 on record, but like every week he's in a training camp with a champion, getting them ready, doing mad rounds with them and things like that. So it might be 8-0 on record, but his abilities, he's already 30-0 with mad knockouts. If you leave it up to them, I mean, what champion now currently he haven't been in camp with, haven't worked, haven't fought. So us going in the ring to fight with smaller gloves, they'll be in trouble. They know it. They'll be in trouble. He hit too hard. We have to, in sparring, sometimes take it easy on the champions because he hit too hard.
I know my dad would be like, take it easy or lighten up, Floyd.
Lighten up against the champion. He's a champion. They can't take the punches because he was born with that in both hands. And that's something God gave him. So
no, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what I'm saying is, have you ever received instructions? I'm gonna just say this. You ain't gotta say no names, but have you ever received instructions when you was brought into a training camp? Hey man, listen, don't hit my man too hard, or don't work him too hard. Just give him a little work, or they underestimate you. Just put him in there. They feel like their fighter's going to beat you up or something like that. Have you ever received?
Don't give names.
I can't say no.
Don't give him a name. Don't give no names, but
I can't say no names, but I have been in sparring where they like, underestimate. They like, oh, he's a kid, what he gonna do? And then the next day we come back and they're like, you can't spar with him. No more.
You get sparred.
We already we got 2 other people for sparring.
We can't damage them before the fight.
I'm like, ain't that why y'all bring partners in? Like literally, that happened recently too. But
so how many fights have you had so far this year?
8.
8 fights.
Yeah.
Or 8 with this year. This is his first year as a pro.
I think 8.
8 fights and 2 titles the first year. Next year we'll wrap up about 3 more titles. Hopefully we fight 6 to 8 times next year. This year coming up.
Are you familiar with the rankings? Like, because I know you connected to some good people, Freeway Ricky Ross and Rick Glazer, and they pretty much know about this stuff. But are you familiar with the rankings? Are you just trying to work your way up through the rankings? What is it going to take for you to get on the rankings or get a certain ranking with a sanctioning body? Like, how many more fights you think you're going to have to?
You didn't care about the rankings, and the reason I say this, like, we was on box rank. Floyd was ranked 29.
Yep. Preach.
We got in no disrespect to Al. I love Al. I know my advisor don't like Al, but
Al who?
Al Haney.
Oh, okay.
One of them offered us contracts, so we turned the contract down because I'm not going to do business with somebody that ain't going to talk to me. Let's talk and do business. If we got to negotiate this, if it's no take this contract or go, we out. So after we turned down the contract, we went from 29 to 44. So we don't care about the rankings because we see how they can control the rankings. All we wanted those highlights. As long as we put butts in those seats and we have our fans that's coming out to support, show love, we're going to put a show on for them. And as long as we could pay one of these champions to get in the ring, whether it's $1 million or whatever, it is what it is. But we don't care about no ranking because that's all politics. Anybody that's worried about those rankings, unless you sign to a major company, you're not going to get ranked properly. There's people that have horrible records that's ranked over him. They haven't had as many fights. They don't have knockouts. For instance, like I said, there's one fighter, he's 6-0. What is he? 6-0 and 1 knockout, barely fight.
1 knockout.
And he's ranked like in the 20s, and we 44.
That's crazy.
And so that's the things, like it's a bunch of fighters like that do that. So don't reflect on rankings for y'all young fighters, because if y'all think about rankings, y'all gonna drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you say that, because I talk about that on the show all the time about the rankings. I learned a lot from reading about, and shout out to Don King, how he was able to manipulate the rankings with Jose Suleiman. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to him. So we don't worry about the rankings, but you said you had an opportunity to sign with the PBC, or how did that?
We had an opportunity to sign with MTK Global. Al Heyman and them sent us a contract, and a few others sent us the contracts. The thing is, with contracts, people got to understand this is the business is the contract. So we don't care if it's Al Heyman, if it's Top Rank. If the contract ain't right, it ain't right. I mean, at the end of the day, because a fighter got to risk their life in it. And so the peanuts that they give a fighter, they don't give no back-end money. Like, they make the door, they make the licensing, everything that's promoted there. They merge, they make money off of so many things, but they want to get the fighters, we'll give you 5,000, we'll give you 8,000 a fight, we'll give you 10,000 a fight. But yet they will bring in 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. So it's like, it's not balanced. So the business, when we came here to Davies was the first one like, all right, what y'all want to do? Give us the contract y'all want us to abide by, and we will pay for the fights for y'all. We would take the expense out of it, and we'll split everything with y'all. And they gave us a great contract. And so after this, we probably go with a major, do a co-promotion with a major in Davies. But the contract got to be right. Yeah, we businessmen. We're going to give y'all a great performance. We're going to do our job. We're going to fill that arena up. Why we can't get percentages of the door? Why we can't get percentages of the ball? Why we can't get a percentage of licensing and all those other things like that? So young kids got to learn boxing business. More than just boxing, you got to learn the business of boxing, because your career as a boxer, really till you're 30 years old. That's when you really should be looking to get out of boxing. By that time, you should have made over 100 million. In this market, you should make at least over 100 million. And that's just not stepping in that ring.
So do you feel that some of the companies you just named, do you feel like they would try to blackball your son by saying, okay, he didn't sign with us, so you know, he may have to fight one of our fighters in order to get a belt. Do you feel like you would go through any of the politics of that later on down the line?
I would make a belt. People, I would make a belt like Jake Paul did. I would end up getting, you know, I would spend $100,000 to press up a gold belt, you know, and have Rolexes put on it and fight us for our belt. We got our own complex, our own event center to do our fights. We got 80-some thousand followers already and still growing online. Well, how could anybody blackball us? They can't blackball us. We put on our own shows.
Right, right.
So when it comes to the belts, if the sanctioning bodies want a great champion, sooner or later they're gonna have to come to us. These fighters gonna get old. They're gonna all fall off. At the end of the day, he's a product, and I got the best product out there. So they're gonna have to come to the table at the end of the day. So they can't blackball you if you control your business. If you don't control your business, they can blackball you. Like we on the interview with you, right? Great thing. You got viewers. How could they blackball that? Unless you want to follow their lead, and if they pay you and say don't put them on. But there's, you know, if they blackball us with one interviewer, we'll go to the others. They come out every day. So they can't blackball you. The internet allows fighters to be the boss. We could do a pay-per-view straight through Instagram and probably sell 20,000 pay-per-views of our own thing. So how could they stop that? Because at the end of the day, it's about money. And we make more money than these fighters that they got now than the ones probably with the belts. We make more than them. So
it's amazing you say that, because when the way you were speaking, the way fighters got to be on top of their business outside of the ring, I call it, you know, when the referee give you instructions, Kid Austin, he said, protect yourself at all times. You got to protect yourself at all times inside the ring and protect yourself at all times outside of the ring. Yeah. And you see what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that. But you know, so with Rick Glazer and Freeway Ricky on your team, and you have a beautiful promotional company that you're working with right now, you're moving up. He's a growing kid. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, kid. I don't know. You still growing, bro. Like, I don't know what weight division you may end up at. You're strong. You're quick. You fast. You have pretty good defense. You got damn good defense. You have those twitch muscles. So, like, at what weight division you're gonna go to 135? I know you said I'm not saying you chasing Devin. I'm not saying that. But if you go to 135, what fights do you wish that you can land at 135?
I want everybody. I want all the fights. I want Rolly, Tank,
Rolly. What did Rolly become?
Because Rolly got the W. Or he got one of the WBAs to, you know, fight for the WBA if you want to. So him, Tank, Isaac Cruz. I want Teofimo, Cambosis, Devin, and whoever else is at 135. All the newcomers coming up at 135. You know,
his goal is to be undisputed champion in 3 divisions. So he got to fight all the champions. We're gonna go through 135. We're gonna go through 140. We're gonna go through 147.
And I might go to 154.
His mother is 6'1", about 300 pounds. So you never know where he's gonna stop growing at. Because right now he's 5'9", 5'10", you know, and he's only 19.
I grew like 2 inches, 2.5 inches in the last like 3 months.
But see, that's what I was saying. Like, you know, you're a growing young man. So, you know, you're talking about at 135, and you're going to be pretty big for that weight. I just being honest with you, for me, especially when you're dealing with, I know you want to fight Tank Davis eventually and stuff like that. But from what Floyd Mayweather said at the Mario Barrios press conference, they don't believe in making another promoter rich. They believe in, they have a plethora of fighters that Tank can fight with the Mayweather promotions and PBC. So they pretty much letting you know, we only going to do in-house fights. By you being on the wrong side of the street.
On the wrong side of the street. Floyd is on the money street. He's on the money street. You got to, if you could generate a fight that's going to bring in $100 million, you think Floyd going to say no? Floyd ain't going to say no, especially when Tank, by the time Tank and him decide to take a fight, because Tank and him older, they're going to be approaching 30, almost on their way out.
Right.
Before I think that they will really step in the ring. So if his acting abilities and everything he's doing right now, that's going to bring millions of viewers, and it's going to come down to money, these people will be quiet and do the same thing they did with Floyd and Pacquiao. You know, they were on 2 sides of the street. If the money is too big and the fans start wanting to fight. Now, if the fans want that fight and they start boycotting these people because they won't put it on, I bet you that shit will change. I bet you they'll be like, yo, listen, we got to make the fight.
We're doing that right now. Yeah, we're doing that right now with the boycotts. We can't get the fights. My motto over here is this: if we can't get the fights we want, we ain't paying for it. Simple as that. You don't never have to worry about anybody paying me over here, paying us over here to keep you on, keep you from being on. We don't do that over here. You know, we are a very unbiased channel over here, and I just want to see the fights. I'm 47 years old, so I just want to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. I don't care nothing about what side of the street you on. If you have an O, don't have an O. If you can fight and this guy can fight and he's a top fighter, I want to see these guys fight each other because that's the only way we're going to know who the best out of the two or the three or the four. You know, so you ain't never got to worry about that. You have a home over here anytime. You know what I mean?
And let me tell you this: in 2 years, we might be over there with Al. I know Glazer probably balling right now, but really, if they offer us a great contract and a lot of damn money, and it's right, why won't we do business with them? I mean, in 2 years, that wouldn't make any sense to turn down. If Al Hammond came and said, "I'm going to give y'all everything y'all want in $100 million guarantee," how would we turn it down? I'm quite sure Glazer will probably have a fit. Advisor, he was probably not to and everything else. But I think right now, at his weight class, Al Hammond don't hold those belts. So in 2 years, whoever's holding those belts, that's where we going, because then they can't duck us, the fighters. Because they'll duck right now. But if Top Rank have all the belts over there at 135, we go on the Top Rank in 2 years. And of course, we're bringing our promotional partner, Cameron Davies, with us because we're very loyal to our team. But if Al Hammond and them got the belts at 135, when this contract is done, yeah, we over there. Because that's the only way we're gonna get them in the ring.
Hey, Kid Austin, name some of the fighters today that you look at. That you know that you look at and you're like, damn, like I really like this guy. This kid got skills. Like I really like this fighter.
No, amateur, professional.
No, pros.
Corey's the only one that
really
right now, yeah.
You don't look at Tank and say Tank is good.
Man, if you
No.
He
Tank
is
is good.
He's all right.
Tank is good for Tank.
Like in my opinion, yeah, he's good for Tank. But in my opinion, nobody has the potential to be one of the greatest besides Shakur. And I'm being honest. And Terrence Crawford too.
Why do you say Shakur?
Because he's different.
Boxing IQ.
Yeah.
He was raised in boxing by old school coaches, grandfather. Same way he was raised in boxing by dad and old school coaches. So they learned that the real science of boxing, the hit and not get hit. They know places to target on the body where average fighters wouldn't even think of because they didn't learn it. So Shakur got so much more that he just don't get a chance to show.
So I mean that amazes me because Shakur Stevenson is my favorite young fighter. I love the display that he put on, against what the brother name he just beat for the WBO belt, Jamel Herring. I felt bad for Jamel Herring. I'm like, man, I didn't want to see that fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't want to see it, because we knew what was going to happen, and I liked Jamel Herring. I didn't want to see it. So if you ever in a situation where, let's say you fighting a fighter, this is your friend, you really like this guy, but he's standing in the way. I gotta fight you in order to get to the belt. What is your mentality when you step in the ring with someone that you may like, but you got to fight him to either beat him for the belt or you got to go through him in order to get to the belt?
I mean, at that point, we both know we grown and that we got families to feed and a job to do. So at the end of the day, business is business. And if you want to be cool with me after the fight, you can. If you don't, that's fine. I got nothing against you. But at the end of the day, I got my own family to feed and my own legacy to build. So all that friend stuff, it can wait inside the ring. You can be friends with your sparring partners. You in there banging up each other, and then when after the sparring, y'all like, yeah, what's up? So,
but at the end of the day, your job in that ring is kill and not be killed. At the end of the day, our mindset is to kill that person in that ring. Not to say that so people, oh my God, but our mindset is to destroy that person. They trying to knock your brains out. Make it when you remember your kid, or you could die from one punch, that spleen erupt, or that leg get damaged, you're finished. So our mindset in that ring with Floyd in the ring, I'm gonna go in there and kill that person. Friend in the no ring, get out of this ring safe. And that's our mindset. And it's no friends in boxing. How they are friends? I mean, we don't got no friends.
If we friends, you going to a different weight class.
Yeah, you're gonna
That's the
move.
thing.
Look, and this is the good thing. And I'm not saying him and Shakur know it was being 2 different weight classes. We moved up so Shakur could dominate 130. We could have stayed at 130. And all the belts is out there. But the fact I know my son loves Shakur because Shakur used to come to the amateur fights and would root Floyd on, would take pictures with him. So he grew up with this guy. That's like his Ali, you know, for the things that's going on. And so I would keep them away for a while until that fight become big enough. But I doubt if them two would ever get in the ring. I think Shakur will go to a different weight class, you know. But if they ever step in the ring with us, then we got to do our job.
All right, I got listen. I know you're giving me your time, but I have 2 more questions.
Good.
Okay. Listen, this is what I wanted to ask you. What would you think about you move up to 135? You have an opportunity to fight. I don't know if George Kambosos is still going to be there with the belts. I don't think he will. Personally, Lomachenko. What do you think about someone like a Ewan Lomachenko? You know, he has a lot of experience, 1 million amateur fights. If he has those belts, I know this seems like a dumb question, but if he have those belts, would you want to fight someone like that?
We'll fight Loma now. Loma can't deal with Floyd now.
See the thing.
People got it twisted on Lomachenko. And I'm not racist at all, people. So when y'all hear this, but it's different for a white man in boxing than a black man. How did Loma get the chance to fight for a title that fast? Because he had amateur fights. What did he earn as a profession? He got 2 losses. Well, it was 16 wins and not a lot of power to us. Who did he fight for people to think he's high tech? Because he could pivot out an angle on the left side. What happened when you close that door like Lopez showed him? I made a video 3 years ago saying if somebody closed that door, they're going to be Lomachenko. Lomachenko haven't fought a switch fighter that got defense and a lot of power at all. Loma would not fight us. He would run. He'll be too old. He wouldn't be able to deal with him. And then who else is there to put a Kambosos? I like Kambosos' speed. I think Kambosos is great in his fighting, but can Kambosos take punches? That's what I want to see. Could he take from a puncher, not a love tapper, somebody who can hit? I don't think Kambosos will be able to do 12 rounds like that. I don't think his face and his body structure will be able to take that because we will break down his lungs where he can't breathe because he keep his arms open. We will make it so hard for him to breathe in that ring. Our job is to destroy the person, to break them down to the point where they quit mentally before we finish them. So for us, it's a science. None of these fighters out here can't deal with him. So in the future, when he get his man strength, they're gonna be able to deal with him. Oh no, that'd be illogical. Because if he hitting his hard now at 19, imagine at 22, 23 when he had his man body. These are grown men we sparring. Grown men, grown champions. Lomachenko would not beat him. I know people because a lot of people are followers. They believe what the promotional companies have them believe. They program, which isn't fact. Because Lomachenko isn't high tech. Lomachenko isn't a great champion. If he was, he wouldn't have 2 losses against C-level fighters.
What do you say about your detractors? Because right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. You have a lot of people who fans of Lomachenko. Some of them follow this channel, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's talking so much trash, this and that. Here we go, hype job, yada yada yada." You're gonna get some haters off this one. I'm telling you off the rip. Yeah. Lomachenko have some fanboys that I fight a lot of them every day, the fanboys. But what do you have to say to your detractors who feel like, you guys is talking, we don't heard it all before, you're he gonna be another Adrian Broner? What would you have to say about that?
I heard that one a lot. I'm gonna be another Adrian Broner. I love those ones. But I guess they don't know me and they don't know what I can do. I have yet to fight with all my abilities, and I have yet to, show what I can do in the ring as of right now, because I'm still 19, and all they got to do is watch and see. I know a lot of people talk, a lot of people hype themselves up, or they have their coach hype themselves up, but we know what we do, and we know the work that we put in, and we know the journey that we've been on. So they can say all the stuff they need to say, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna prove it, not to prove it to them, to prove it to myself that all this hard work didn't go down the drain. So.
And I would say, let's stick to facts. Stick to the facts. He got 2 losses with 16 fights. If a black man has 16 fights and 2 losses, what would they say about him? They'll say he's garbage, probably. They'll say his O is gone. He's not worth that, wouldn't they?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen a person with 16 losses. I mean, not 16 losses, 16 fights, 10 fights with 1 loss. It happened with Marvin Hagler years ago, but he had to have 50 fights before he got a shot at the title. So I've never, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen it. I'm not saying it never happened before, but I've never seen it. I've never seen it, to be honest with you.
And it's a good promotional job. Their team over there, they paid some great specialists to market these people like that. Yeah. So we look at it from a boxing standpoint. We boxers. Y'all can keep all that other stuff, all that hype stuff, but no fighter with 16 fights and 2 losses is an A-level fighter. Not at this point in his career. He's not. He's still learning, but his age is catching up with him. So how is he going to improve so much better? We asked to fight for the WBC youth title, they put us through the ringer. We couldn't even get it with 8 fights and things like that. This guy only had 10 fights and get a world title. Do that make him great? But it's bullcrap. It's bullcrap. And I think Devin would beat Lomachenko. Whether people want to believe it or not, I think Devin would dust Lomachenko. With that long jab, Lomachenko wouldn't get close enough to pivot those angles. Lomachenko need to get on the inside to fight. They say, oh, well, he beat Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux moved up how many weight classes to fight him? That wasn't a guy that was that weight class. So what we gonna do, go pick somebody 126, put him in the ring with Floyd at 135 and say, oh my God, he's the greatest because he beat up a champion that's 120 pounds. That make him high tech? No, the thing that make him high tech is, like, I like when Holyfield moved up in weight to fight for his title against somebody bigger and showed. That showed he was a warrior and a champion. Look at all the greats that move up and get a challenge, not move that smaller guy up. And then what? Then they say, oh, well, he stopped another guy, made him quit. Who? Tell me who the other guy was, because I know who was the Jamaican guy. Yeah. But who in the world did he fight? Who could they say validated this guy to make him worthy?
Right. I see exactly what you're saying. I understand. I get exactly where you're coming from, because it's always people look at who you fought. You see what I'm saying? People look at who you fought. Now, to everyone who may be listening to this interview may be saying they may feel like you hating on Lomachenko. So I gotta ask you: are you a Lomachenko hater? Do you hate Lomachenko?
No, we don't hate no boxers. I love all boxers.
Love Lomachenko. He was going for Lomachenko against the.
I'm actually a Lomachenko fan. That's why I could talk about Lomachenko, because I studied him. Because I knew he one day might fight Lomachenko. The same way I know one day he's gonna fight Tank Davis. Devin Haney. They say Devin Haney the best. Everybody, oh, he aimed for Devin Haney. Devin Haney considered one of the greatest. Who we supposed to aim for? The little guy, the guy that don't fight nobody, or the one that y'all say is the best? If we're gonna be the greatest of all time. So I'm not a Lomachenko hater. I love boxing. I love all boxers. But I'm gonna be honest, because I'm a coach. I'm gonna be honest. If I could see flaws in their technique that would make them not high tech, it is what it is. It's the proof is in the pudding. I could give you 20 things that would make Lomo lose. All they got watching Lopez fight, they'll say, oh, his shoulder was messed up. His shoulder was messed up in a fight before. There's how many other fighters fought with one hand and still won fights? Look at Floyd, who broke his hand and had to come and still win fights. So it's like, it's bullcrap when it comes to other fighters other than black. Blacks, we have different rules we gotta live by. We gotta go through too many hoops, and nothing wrong with that. But Lomachenko, no, Lomachenko at this point, I don't even think Lomachenko beat him. I think the only thing that they could say valid that Lomachenko have over him is being able to fight 12 rounds. So they figure Lomachenko will get him in deep waters and do something, and that won't work because Floyd sparred 15 rounds. So it's like, Loma won't last.
No, you go ahead. No, listen, how do you? It's amazing you said that your son will fight 15 rounds. You haven't been the distance. You haven't fought a 12-round fight yet so far. Next year, how many fights do you plan on having? Of course, we don't know exactly what next year is going to look like. But how many fights do you plan on having next year?
A lot,
like 6 fights, because they only going to pay for. David's going to pay for 4. We're going to end up paying for 2 out of pocket. So we figured 6 fights. And if we could get any of them champions in, treat us like Lomachenko, give us a title shot at 10. He went on an interview, if you look way back, he said, I'm going to have a title in 10 fights. So it ain't like we trying to avoid them. It ain't like we not trying to show these fans who say, oh, they hate and it's a hype job. Why would it be a hype job?
Yeah, and I know they got skill. I know they got so-called somewhat power, who they are. It's just to be the best, you got to prove that you're the best. And you can't prove you're the best without fighting the best. So,
well, see, I'm not going to lie. One thing about me, I don't believe in babysitting no fighters. So if you feel like you're ready, I'm not going to be the one to say you're not ready. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have to go down that path and really show the world what you're really made of. What are you going to say to the people who, because you hear these fighters say this all the time. Oh, man, well, he don't deserve a fight with me. Who has he fought? He haven't fought anybody. And then you're going to have the fanboys of that particular fighter, not the fans, but the fanboys of that particular fighter who may have an extreme affection for that fighter. And they like to put their fighters in protective custody. You see what I'm saying? They put him in protective. Oh, you don't deserve to have a fight with him. He haven't fought anybody. Okay, you're somebody. I'm trying to fight you. What's up? He said, what do you got to say about that?
Just like, give me a shot. Like, what is going to kill him to give me a shot?
Right.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, I'm going to get there sooner or later. And the fact that I'm 19, like I always say, they just giving me more time to develop, you know, mentally, physically, you know, get my man strength there, you know, correct my mistakes. So I think it would be smarter on them to give me the shot now instead of wait to have to go through all these loops of avoiding and controversy. Like, nah, I don't got time for that.
This is what they're going to say. I'm telling you right now. We have no reason to fight you right now. You haven't fought anybody. You know what I mean? It's more of a benefit for you to fight me than it is to fight you. You haven't fought anybody. They may try to sun you all. He a good young kid. He all right. He all right. You know what I mean? So I've seen it happen. I've been watching boxing for like 39 years. I've seen it happen. This is what, especially in this era, this is what they do. So how are you going to handle that when that time comes? Because we know what you want, but what you want and the way it is sometimes is two different things. How are you going to handle that? Dealing with the frustrations of that.
You got to understand this market right now. See, that's a valid question if there was an internet. Look at Jake Paul. Do Jake Paul got to go to rings to make his money? Are you in it for money and legacy? Or like, what are they in it for? If they're in it for money, how much you want? If you're in it for legacy, let's fight. You know, as long as we keep growing and giving great fights to our fans, we doing what we got to do. We don't care. We don't care what people say. People said stuff all the way through. We came from being homeless. Man, I raised him homeless, and people said what we couldn't do. How you want to travel USA boxing? Y'all don't even got a dime. Y'all living out of a car. But every week we travel. Every week we provided because the power of your mind create what you want. Now, if you allow somebody to tell you something, you believe it, you make that reality. Right. That's not our reality. So if they're gonna duck, have fun ducking. That's y'all. That ain't gonna stop our money. That ain't gonna stop us from growing. That ain't gonna stop us from putting on great shows. We don't care what haters or fanboys say because they're going to be fans of ours in the future anyway. So it don't matter if y'all want to run around because as long as y'all could hate on us, y'all acknowledging us. So we in y'all mind, even if y'all click to see something just to hate, y'all already done boosted up our image some, especially in the algorithm. Everything is brand in algorithms now. So we're not worried about them. That shouldn't even be a boxer worries about, you know, what other boxers do. Because at the end of the day, they got to feed their family. If they're only making $500,000 a fight and I offer them $5 million, I believe they're going to consider that. And the thing is, I got great advisors and I got great investors with a lot of money. So we're not worried about that. These people got to feed their family. Now, their promoter might hate, but what happened when they drop out of that contract with that promoter? We right there with the check. What's up? Let's have this fight. You know? Or we'll just keep fighting just like Jake Paul and them do. Put on our shows, create our belt, and to make such a fancy, expensive belt where people gonna want to come because the belt probably be worth. Leave it up to Rick, the belt will be worth $1 million.
You know what? You just opened my eyes to something. I'm glad that we're having this interview. You just opened my eyes to something that I didn't even think about. If the promoters don't want to, Jake Paul has a beautiful situation with Showtime, and this because of his social media presence, he's able to get some of those guys who follow him, bring in his own built-in audience. So when he has a professional fight, They're able to sell the pay-per-view. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. I didn't even think about that. Fighters can do that right now. But we know that's what Jake Paul doing, but you build that social media presence up. You could be fighting someone that people may not even know that well, but because of your social media presence is so large, you can do your own pay-per-view events, and your built-in fan base will buy the pay-per-views. And Showtime and these other networks, they're going to look at the numbers, and the promoters going to look at the numbers as well.
Exactly. You throw your own show, you got 200,000 subscribers following you. You sell you 20,000 at $9.99 a show you put on. It's not hard to do your own pay-per-view. There's places like Uscreen that allow you to have platforms. There's Vimeo that allow you to have platforms and pay gates things. You don't need to go to TV to do pay-per-view. You can do it right online. What we got to do, fight a celebrity? Do we got to call the rap up in that ring? You think they want to buy him and Chris Brown fighting or something like that? Something simple, the same thing Jake Paul doing and making millions? You know, in this day and era, you cannot be blackballed as a boxer if you know your business and you grow your social media platforms. You got all the in your hands.
So what are you doing? So do you have a social media like a marketing team, or like what exactly are you doing right now? Well, of course you're doing this interview, so that's part of it. But what you're 19, so you're pretty much I know a lot about social media myself. So, but I'm pretty sure you know a lot about it. What can like some of the tools you're using? You have a social media team, or?
Hey, to be honest,
I'm a social media team.
I don't get on social media like that.
Yeah.
You answer your fans.
Yeah, I answer my comments because I want to actually interact with the people. That.
Yeah, that's good. It's always good to do that.
But I'm not just the person to sit there in my DMs scrolling on Instagram or Twitter. That's funny. Like if it's not boxing or a video game, then I'm to myself most of the time. So he handled all that.
Yeah, I grow social media. Like right now on Instagram, we got 83,000 followers.
Right.
About to start growing to YouTube. I like to be hands-on, because these people are spending money. This is the ones that's hopefully giving my grandkids a better life. So they earn that respect for us to go talk to them. And that's how I grow it. And his collectible cards coming out, his NFTs, he released it. I got to plug it in. Each fight, he released one card, and it have VIP access. You come to the fight, if you that card holder, you backstage with him, you everything with him, you experiencing the night, you going to dinner afterwards.
And I play some video games.
Right. And that card is anytime he fight, you holding that card, you the person that come in. So as he grows a fighter, the value of his collectible cards grow. So these are the things that people could utilize now, these boxers. Their collectible NFT cards and things like that.
You're revolutionary. You're revolutionizing the game. You see what I'm saying? It's like, and I always feel basically what you're saying is this is a way that fighters can take control of their careers, put their career in their own hands. Like a Spence or a Crawford or have you ever talked to Jake Paul?
Me?
Nah. No, I'm saying you're on Pop. Have you ever
I never personally spoke to Jake Paul personally, but I spoke to people that work with Jake Paul, like GT. GT
I train with GT
people.
Too.
They sit there and tell me some of his things, but with Jake Paul learned that from somebody else.
Okay.
He didn't learn that from himself. He just stole that idea from somebody else.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't realize that somebody else created that format.
Well, the reason why I asked you that is because I've been one of his biggest critics, but I said, you know what, man? Why am I really criticizing this guy? This guy is on top of his business, and he saw a void that a lot of the professional fighters that's in boxing right now, they are not taking advantage of. So I had to admire the brilliance of it. But go ahead.
What he did is they do admire the brilliance of it. He's showing boxers that you don't need a promoter. And the promoter's going to come to you. Let me say like as a promoter, if they have a choice of getting this fighter that look good fighter, but they got to put in a lot of work, a lot of hours of money, staffing to do the marketing, the publicist, this, that. Then they get this fighter that got everything together.
Right.
They're going to want that fighter more. They're not going to say blackball that fighter. They're going to say, come on over here. You got 200,000 followers. You got merch out there. You got this. They're going to be like, come on. That's what they're going to do. So fighters now, y'all just gotta follow. I would follow Jake Paul lead if I was y'all. Create your own damn belt if you have to. Put on your fights.
Guys, I want to say this to everyone in the chat. This is exactly what he's saying. Back in the day, I'm gonna break it down for him. Back in the day, when a rapper wanted to get notarized, a rapper's biggest goal dream was to meet a record label, and the record label will put you on. You will go through the A&R department. You know, you may create a demo. You know, I got a demo deal years ago. Get a demo deal. Get with the A&R. You know, they move you through the ranks. That was the goal of a lot of artists. The artists who really got it, like the Master P's, the Jay Princes, you know, we're going to do it independently. Mm-hmm. And once we show that we can sell records out of the trunk of our cars, and once we show that we can sell out shows, like with Kid Austin, what you're doing right now, sell out shows out on our own without the record label. What happened, guys, was the record label started coming to these indie artists with big amounts of money. Hey, man, let's get into a partnership. You see what I'm saying? We see that you're throwing these events and without us, and you got 20, 30,000 people here, and you just made $1 million last year. This is what he's talking about. The fighters can promote, put their own shows on with their own built-in audience that they're growing online on social media, sell their own pay-per-views, and then what happens is the promoter will look at those numbers, or the networks will be like, man, we need to try to get these dudes. This is what they're doing. Am I right?
That's what it's all about. When we go and approach like a Showtime, when we go and do our TV deal with Showtime, they want to see numbers. You got to show them charts. This is business. You got to show them this show. This is what we brought in from this, and it's itemized, and it shows his merch. This how much we sold here, there. It's still a business at the end of the day. And if you go to a promoter and you don't have your business right, they're gonna rape you, because they're gonna figure like artists used to come and get 360 deals. Right. They didn't understand they was losing everything. They was getting a piece of the pop off of everything. But like when they came to Master P, now they want to do a distribution deal, a 70-30, where they do distribute everything, and Master P and them keep 70 and they keep 30. You know, it changes the aspect of it. And boxing is at that stage now because of social media. And Jake Paul showed it. So if people still want to go run a promoter straight out of the amateurs and lose all negotiating power, have fun. But I was an A&R at Universal and also a Select Records. That was my background besides being a boxing coach. So I learned those things. So when I see the market now, it's like, why? Why would somebody want to go with a promoter? Because they don't have the resources to put on the show. But there's smaller promoters that will cut y'all in on the pie if you could sell out that show. I mean, all you got to do is call a promoter, go to BoxRec, look up event, call a number. How can I get on your show? They're going to tell you to pay $1,000 to buy on. You buy on. You sell out that goddamn arena and do what you got to do. Next time they put on that show, they calling you. And now you sitting there saying, all right, well, can I get a percentage of the ticket sales of the people that come in? Once they see you do a good job there, then you can be like, all right, let me get a percentage of the bar sales because my people are drinkers. And they'll compare to their shows that they had before and your shows. And they could always spike up $1 or $2 extra on the drink, so they're not losing nothing as a promoter.
Wow, man, this is man. You listen, you giving the artist so much game right now. Like for real, like I'm sitting here like, damn. You see how insensitive I am? I'm like, damn, but he's saying some real shit. Like, fuck, why I didn't think of that? Like, I hearing you talk right now, I get it. I get it now. I'm like, oh, this is what the fuck Jake Paul doing. This is why Showtime. This is why he got this partnership with Showtime. This is what they was interested in. Us as like me being a boxing fan for like 39, 40 years. I'm like, man, this old Jake Paul shit, they coming in ruining the game. I'm like, no. I was looking at it wrong. No, wait a minute. He's showing you, and same thing you're breaking down. This is what the fighters can do. Take the power. We have the opportunity, the fighters, to take the power in their own hands by building his own following.
That's right. It's not that hard at all. They just make it just like record labels. They made it seem like it was so much harder. It's not that hard to put on a fight, to rent a venue. It's not that hard to get 5 local fighters on the card with you that could sell tickets to pack out the event. You could be your own promoter. It's to y'all young fighters. It's not that hard. That's what he do. We paid out of pocket for his first like 3 shows. Nobody was down with us. We were doing this shit by ourselves. Then people came along and, yo, like Rick Ross, let me help y'all. Let us be part of your team. Then people want to be part of your team because they see the vision. So I hope they pick up the game and they learn it.
Are you getting any pushback from just without saying any names, just from like some of the powers that be in the sport of boxing? And what I mean by that is, just guys who, hey man, you throwing a fight in this area right here, this region, I wouldn't advise that, or you need to go ahead and sign with us. We can really do this and that. Are you getting like any kind of pushback from like the powers that be?
We get a million sign with us, or we'll get a bunch of y'all come down on our show so y'all can pack it out. Because at the end of the day, they want to make money as a promoter. Most of these smaller promoters, they losing money hand over fist. So if you could show them a solution where they could actually make profit, they want to do business with you. And every time they're going to call you, every time they're going to put on the show. So we get calls from promoters that we did business with in the past. Like we got on Telemundo, the shows on TV ourselves. We contact Telemundo and got on there, paid about $7,000 to get on there, but it is what it is. Take a loan, do something, call family and friends, get up the money. And once we got on Telemundo, then the phone didn't stop ringing. So we can't get pushed back on because like I said, we came from being homeless, so we already winning. So pushback.
Explain this to me myself. I'm trying to learn something in the audience as well. When you're fighting, you're fighting. You have a bunch of regional fights, right? Have a bunch of regional fights. Explain that process because you said you deal with a lot of the smaller promoters. People are familiar with the Top Ranks, the PBCs, the Match Rooms, the Queensberry. People are familiar with the big boys. But what are some of the explain the smaller promoters? How does that work?
Like in Atlanta, you got like Sugar Burt Boxing. You might have Terry Morse at the Buckhead Fight Club, and probably 5 other promoters that put on shows in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Now, the smaller ones, they have buy-ons where you could buy on to get your fight, to build your record. And most of the time for a beginner fight of 4 rounds, you paying $1,000. Then you got to pay your opponent purse if you want to stay the A side. I would say always stay the A side because you want to select who you fight. You don't want them to tell you who you're going to the ring with because they could set you up and put you in with somebody crazy. So then once you get that part done, then the fight is made. Then you go ahead and fight and do your job. It's that easy. You just got to call them. And if they're not having a fight happening now, they're going to have one in the future. The whole thing is a lot of people want to be lazy. They want a promoter have an indoor matchmaker. They have indoor marketing team. So most fighters want to be lazy. They could go out and market themselves. They know what type of fighter they'll do good against. They could look up BoxRec rankings, who's ranked over them, and select a fighter, contact their manager or whatever, find out how much it would cost to get them in a ring. Because these people want to make money anyway, too. They want to have a fight, too. So it's not hard. You just got to contact them. But these little regional ones, there's a bunch out there. The big ones, all they could do is give you TV. But the bottom line, you don't need TV no more. This is the TV.
Right.
People carry the TV in their hands now. The promoter's done. Do you remember when record labels, when the music started coming out, where you could just download it in a live?
Yeah. With Napster and all of that stuff there. Yeah, I remember that. They were screaming about the legal streaming with Napster. I remember that.
That's the same exact thing transitioning in boxing right now. So nah, you don't need a big promoter. The only time you go to the big promoter is now where you got to establish foot and they could give you like a Canelo deal. They could give you, 6 to 10 fight, $300 million because they know he's going to pack out these seats with all these Mexican people. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is Floyd Mayweather showed it. He was the first one. He showed it. He brought himself out of the contract with the major so he could be independent. And he became the first billionaire boxer. How could you not follow that lead? Why would he buy himself out of his contract and not sign with nobody else major like that if it wasn't beneficial for him? Al Heyman came on as his advisor, not his promoter, and then they built a major company off of his sweat. He gave the blueprint.
Yeah, he gave the blueprint. Yeah. They haven't been able to create another
the same thing Canelo tried to follow. He showed it. The same thing Jake Paul following. So if you got all these people that's making hundreds of millions showing you that you don't need a promoter, why would you want to sign a promoter?
What do you think about Eddie Hearn?
What you mean?
Have you ever have they ever reached out to you or anything or?
I think he's an opportunist like most promoters.
Right.
They don't go in the gym and do nothing but make the bulk of the money. I mean, it is what it is. He's a good businessman. I believe Eddie Hearns gave a lot of people a lot of money. I believe he gave more money than other people. I believe he's real fair because look at the deal he gave Devin and things like that. I believe he's a great promoter. He's out there talking for his fighters. I mean, he's their mouthpiece. So I think he's a good one. And I believe Al Heyman is a good one. Al Heyman made a lot of black men rich. Yeah, there might be some that if you signed to Al Heyman and you struggling, it ain't Al Heyman's fault. Because I know if I signed to Al Heyman, you know the marketing you could do with that. You know the endorsers and sponsors. Another game, a lot of fighters don't understand. Your money isn't really made from inside that ring at first. It's made from your sponsorship. Like these local stores, if you fight in Atlanta, they want promotion, especially if you streaming it and you got 80,000 fans. To put a patch on your leg, you charging $5,000. And you put 6 in the morning, you just made 30 grand. And then you don't care about the little $5,000 per day. You made 30 grand off of companies that want sponsorship. So people got to see the business of it like that. You don't need to go to a major yet. No fighter.
So next year you're looking to have about 6 more fights. You probably don't know who you're going to fight next. You know what I mean? But you're looking through the prospects, some of the people that you may look to match up, or whoever's willing to get in the ring with you. I would say that. You know what I mean? Because it might be some to be like, nah, we don't want that fight. I don't care, but go ahead. Well, you say top of the year, what, February or something like that?
Yeah, February 25th is my first one starting off here in San Antonio. And then after that, I have no idea when the next one is, but
it's in June. The next one on the PBC card, probably on Tabiti card, because they get a date for Tabiti, and he's one of our Davies Entertainment teammates. So we probably go fight on his card because even PBC have buy-ons, y'all. Yeah. I'm sorry to say that, even they do. You could buy on to a PBC card. You don't have to be signed to PBC to get on their card. Just like the only one who try to add stuff up like that is Top Rank. But all these, even the majors have buy-ons. It might cost you $8,000, but it is what it is. You get on the same card on the same TV.
And it's amazing you say that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry about that, kid. Sorry about that.
I was just gonna say I'm trying to fight on my birthday too. So
when is your birthday?
August 27th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. So I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people don't know that because you automatically assume, like, I thought Isaac Cruz, Tank Davis fought him. That's what I wanted to ask you about that fight as well. But I thought he was a PBC fighter because they have him on their website. But he's actually promoted by Manny Pacquiao.
Yep.
And I heard them say that. Like, yeah, he's saw his promoter and stuff. And that fight shocked me. What did you think about that fight, kid? The way that fight went down. Not necessarily who won or who lost, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't give Isaac Cruz a chance. I said he was gonna get knocked out in the 3rd round. I said they're cherry picking. This is a cherry pick. I've been going off on Floyd Mayweather with this. I'm Leonard Ellerby really, and the kid showed he's something totally different. I was wrong as hell about this guy. What do you think about that?
I thought he was gonna get stopped too, going into like the 5th round because I knew he could probably take a punch. I just thought he was gonna get stopped. I did not expect the fight to go the way it did. But I feel like it was a close fight. I feel like Tank deserved the victory only because he landed cleaner shots. Isaac was pressing, bringing the pressure and, more punches thrown, but Tank, he showed me more. So I think it was a fair fight, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like, Tank ain't gonna get that boy a rematch.
So I already know that.
But that was a C. Do you look at Isaac Cruz as a C-class fighter? Or B-class?
We ain't gonna disrespect.
I say he was
like that.
B.
Right.
But he proved he's a B.
Yeah.
Because he did basic.
The thing is, he not C-class because he keep it basic. If you stick to the basics of boxing, it's hard to lose. If your hands in the correct place, feet in the correct place, his foundation is perfect like an old school fighter. Now the thing is, he don't have a lot of speed with his feet. That's his major flaw. His feet need to improve. He need to get faster with his feet and stuff like that. But now I won't put him C. I put him B. And I think Tank Tank not used to a short fight. So it was gonna be. I thought Cruz was gonna win. Me personally, because Tank not used to fight the short fighters. He used to fight tall fighters. He sparred with tall fighters. Everything is tall. So now getting somebody who could squat down lower than you. Tank is known for throwing them uppercuts to the body. It's harder to hit this shorter guy to the body like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was gonna be challenging.
What do you think about Keyshawn Davis?
What about Keyshawn? Now I like Keyshawn because you remember he's Shakur's friend, and when we was at MTK, we had dinner with Keyshawn's mother. Keyshawn, so I respect what Keyshawn is good. He's a good fighter. I think he's gonna have a great future. That's all I could think about him. But if you put on what I think about them two together, Keyshawn will stand a chance.
Yeah, but I used to always fight his brother in the amateurs, though. I always used to fight his brother, so
his brother was tall as
I
shit.
know, we was like 14, 13 years old. He what, like 5'11"? I'm like, yo, what is this? I'm only like
4
5.
foot something. You like,
I'm like, damn. Yeah, I feel like Keyshawn got a lot of skill.
Now, I would also put the reason why I think Keyshawn was so good is the coach that he came from. The female coach, the Olympic coach. He was trained by a female coach who was the Olympic coach also, and she's very talented. So he learned that from her. I believe if he would have stayed with her or integrated her into that program, I think he would be a lot further than he is.
You just educated the audience on something that I don't think many of them knew about, that you can actually buy. You can actually pay to have your fighter put on a promoter's fight card. Yeah. You know, I don't think anyone really knew that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they didn't know, but that's something that we don't really discuss over here. And I personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, I totally forgotten all about it. But you can pay money to get on the PBC fight card if they allow you to. Top rank.
It ain't really like allowed. Most promoters, they trying to cover their loss. So the buy-ons help pay for certain things so that the promoter don't have to go out of pocket. So they trying to cut the cost of it in that venue and do another thing. The promoters, that's why they do these buy-ons. So depending on how much it's gonna cost, if it's gonna cost them $20,000 to get the venue do this, they're gonna break it down with how many fighters they need. We need 4 fights to put on $5,000 to buy on to cover that cost. So all they gotta do is go to BoxRec, put events, put the area they want to go in. It will pull up a whole list of fights, and then they just look at who's the promoter throwing it or the matchmaker. And if there's no number there, they just look up on Facebook, Instagram, put the name in. You'll find the matchmaker, the promoter that they got named. And you contact them and say, yo, I would like to buy onto y'all fight. Can I do that? And most of the times, if you do great in those fights, as soon as you get off the fight, these promoters right in your face like, yo, what's up? I will give you a deal and we'll pay for your fights. You know, so that it's not hard. Just go to use BoxRec, like your friend. Just go to the event center, go to the event thing, and you'll find all the fights for the whole year lined up.
Go to BoxRec. You're right about that. So is there anything else that you want to, let the fans know exactly what you have going on, what you have coming up? Outside of boxing, we know, you laid out for us what you want to do for next year from a fight schedule standpoint. But is there any way they can follow you? Anything you have, any merch you want to plug? Anything? Talk to us. Tell us something.
Yeah, you can. My Instagram at the bottom.
I got to IG right there. We got to IG.
You got to plug in the shirts. We build house.
I'll follow you on IG. I'll follow you on IG right now.
All right, thank you. We feed the homeless. And we build homes for the homeless. We join forces with Community Village, where we build houses for homeless people. And we got shirts right now, like even on Instagram, if you go there, and 100% of the proceeds go to this organization to continue to build houses and feed the homeless. We also we got a kids hospital thing coming up to raise funding to help the parents that's paying for these kids with terminal illnesses that can't afford it, because sometimes Medicare medical coverage can't cover that. So the whole reason he boxed is so that we could give back. It's all about giving back and helping people in need. That's our purpose in boxing. So if y'all stay tuned on them on Instagram, y'all will see some of these things where you could pay a badge or something to help contribute, and you'll see, because we like transparency. We want y'all to see where y'all money going to live at the moment. and what's happening with that. And we have a thing with Salvation Army where Mother's Day, we do Mother's Day dinners with the Salvation Armies throughout the United States to feed homeless women and kids that's in the shelters during that time. So it's a lot going on with him outside of boxing. Plus, he's in movies. Of course, he's a model for Ford. So he got 4 commercials out. There's a major movie coming out that he's playing a major role in it. It's a major boxing movie, but we can't tell.
Yeah.
You might know, but
yeah, I know. We can't say nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot happening. It's a lot happening with him outside of the ring, outside boxing.
Man, that's beautiful, man. Keyshawn, I like what you said about Keyshawn Davis. You know what I mean? You pretty much like the skills. If it came to it, you have to fight him. So be it. But he's friends with Shakur Stevenson, so I really like that. I like the way a lot of people didn't know that he was friends with Keyshawn, Shakur Stevenson. But I wanted to say this. I really, really like the fact that we can end it on this note. Your father has been a very, very powerful influence and impact in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like how your father is not necessarily guiding your career, but just how what are you learning from him? How he pays attention to everything that goes on outside of the ring, his network marketing skills, how he's very attentive to a lot of things. Like you focus on boxing, but your father, he helps you with training and stuff, but he's like taking care of everything else. What are you learning from that? Just yourself, that's what I wanted to ask. Like, what are you learning from that?
That he's a hardworking man and he's trying to raise a man to be just like that, hardworking and, working for his family. So that's really it. And I trust him. He got it. If he needs help and needs my help, then I help. But as of right now, like, he's doing a good job. I stopped taking care of my Instagram at 3,000 followers. Like, if it was up to me, I'd still be at like
3,000 followers.
Yeah. So he did all the hard work. So, he's doing a good job.
That's good because you just open up the doors though. What you just said, what you just dropped today. I'm gonna go back and listen to this footage. And it's like, damn, I didn't even really think about that. Like today, if I would have just compared it to the record business, then it would have became a whole lot more clear to me what Jake Paul is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying that you're going down that same lane because of social media and the internet. You used to have a promoter that will promote you, build you, get you an audience, get you a fan base. You're like, no, you ain't got to, you can cut out the middleman and do it yourself.
But you don't really want to cut out the middleman. Let's not say that. Right? Now you want to cut out the middleman to later on have negotiating power when that's more money for them doing work so that you don't later on have to do all this work. You of course do business with these promotional companies because they have millions of followers, also. You don't have to cut them out because right now you just got to be about your business.
Okay.
And anybody got a question, y'all got his Instagram, contact us. I answer it, I guide them, I help them. Just don't be spamming because I will block the shit out of you if you start spamming. That's what I don't do. But if you have a real question, if you need guidance, if you need to say, yo, I'm in Kentucky, is there a promoter I could contact to get a fight? I can help you there with anybody. I don't charge you because people helped us. I can reach out on his Instagram and I got y'all. It's not that.
Man, listen, this is beautiful, man. Anything you want to close out with, Kid Austin? What you got to say?
Have a nice day and a happy New Year's.
Have a nice day and a happy New Year. Well, listen, guys, this is a great interview, man. Go ahead, Pop. Go ahead.
Before you hang up, I must say shout out to Glazer, Rick Ross, our team, Davies Entertainment. I must plug our people in. If y'all ever need help, contact Rick also. Rick got the biggest heart. I'm telling y'all, I'm not just plugging them in. If you need help, contact these individuals that's helping us. If you ever hear this one is down with them, I don't like Glazer for this, trust me, these people are there for people in your positions, people that don't have money to do it. Like Rick, if you got a loss, Rick Ross is going to put you on his team and pay for your fights to help you get there. So there's opportunities out there for fighters. Don't ever think that you don't have help out there. And if you need help, like I said, contact us. You don't have to sign no contract to be down with us for us to help y'all. I believe as a village and as people, we got to unite. Men, we have to unite. There's a lot of kids. Sometimes we the only dads for these boys in these streets that's boxing. So help out. Help out. If y'all see somebody need help, give them my information so we can help them. Let's keep them off the streets as men, you know. So that's it in closing.
Stop calling me in the middle of the night, some of y'all. I be getting people calling me on Instagram in the middle of the night. I mean,
we on Central Time.
And they just start talking. I'm like, okay, well.
We on Central Time, so if y'all gonna call, remember we in Texas.
Call anytime, just during the day.
All right, man. At least you're accessible, but you're right about that. It can't get a little carried away. Well, listen, man, we want to give you a shout out. Let's give everybody a round of applause, man. Let's give, Pop and Kid Austin a round of applause, man. Hey, listen, can we do a follow-up probably later on next year, man? After you have your fight. I'd love to have you back on if you would love to come back.
You could get me during camp. I started camp check up when we see how camp going. I started camp. What? I'm in camp now.
Well, we'll send you a message. You go on camp next week. We're gonna have Ray Boltron and some other celebrity. Maybe we could do an interview so that you can talk to some of these individuals. We looking right now. They offer us to go camp with Teofimo Lopez. So during those times, I will hit you so you get some exclusive interviews with us and some of them.
All right, man. I appreciate that, man.
Us to help you. Rick said, "Yo, go. This is our guy now. Make sure y'all take him right along with y'all."
Yeah, for sure, man. I really appreciate that, bro, man, because I'm very objective. I'm very I try to call it right down the middle. I call it right down the middle. I'm not gonna cap for you, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna give you a fair shake, and I'm not gonna lie when you're doing any of that either. And I'm not one of these type of guys that can be bought off by someone else, and now I got to, take a crap on y'all. We don't do that. We don't do that over here. I love the fact that you guys took the time out to came on, because I know time is precious. That's something that you can never get back. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Ricky. Shout out to Ricky Ross. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Rick Glazier. And I don't give a damn what nobody say about you guys or Rick Glazier. You all right with me. You know what I mean? So, and that's all that matters. I don't give a damn what nobody else say. The hell with them.
So, yeah, have a blessed. I got to get ready to call.
All right. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Kid Austin opened up a lot of him and his dad, man. I love seeing it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I love the fact that we get a chance to see a father, because I didn't know who my dad was. I didn't grow up with I didn't know who my father was. So the simple fact that we have a father that's an integral part in his dad in his son's life, having been in the sport of boxing. The kid is very talented. I looked at not gonna lie to you guys, I looked at 3 of his fights. Sorry about that, 3 of his fights. But his last fight I definitely looked at. And they're very ambitious. Yeah, they are very ambitious. They said a lot of things, they say a lot of things, who they want, who they can get in the ring with. And that is yet to be seen or determined. That is yet to be seen. But the kid is very talented. He's training with some good people. Let's see. He's in the ring with some good guys. I showed you the pictures, guys. I showed you guys the pictures of just some of the people that they've been in the ring with. And I haven't heard anything bad about them. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I got ears. The way I started almost a year ago, December 31st will be a year we started this channel. I didn't have any contacts. Now I have some things, you know what I mean? And I hear things, I learn things, and not gonna lie to you, I haven't heard anything about this guy getting muddied out. You say what weight he is? He's a super featherweight right now. Well, no, sorry about that. He's a lightweight right now. He moved up from super featherweight to lightweight. He's a lightweight right now. That's what he is right now. He's like 5'9.5", and he's fighting at 135. You can see he still has a baby face. He's still young. You know what I mean? So, and he's in good hands. He's with Rick Glazier, Rick Ross. He's in good hands. So got a good team around him. I was glad that he kind of broke down, letting me know that, hey, you can pay to get on some of these promotional fight cards. You know what I mean? So it's amazing because I talked about it probably about 2 months ago. I talked about it, but I haven't, continued to talk about it. So when he mentioned it, I kind of like gotten all about it. But right now, there's more ways to skin a cat right now in the sport of boxing. And I believe in getting behind these younger fighters because if the old niggas don't want to fight, if they on this politics shit, then let's let the young niggas run their ass off the block. This is why I like Bruce Ennis. This is why I like Virgil Ortiz. I'm coming around to Conor Ben now. Conor Ben, I'm like, you know what? Okay, Conor Ben, he's doing this. Because I loved his father. But Conor Ben, I'm coming around to that guy. You see what I'm saying? So, Shakur Stevenson is my favorite young fighter. Shakur, so I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, man, let's put it this way. I have high hopes. I'm optimistic. This is why I like the Alexander Usyks. I like the guys who want the smoke. And they don't even tell you they want the smoke. They show you they want the smoke. You see what I'm saying? They're willing to come to your city, your town, your state, or your country and fight you. And that's what I like. I just want to see the goddamn fights. I don't want to hear no shit. Let's see. Shout out to Carl Hansen. Hey, okay. Dropping that $7.99. Bam. Super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, to be honest, coach, all I see is a father living vicariously through his son. Oh, you talking about with the interview? I don't know that yet. I would have to see if in time to come, I would have to see if Pop ends up like a T Diddy. If he ends up like a T Diddy where he's, hey man, I'm all in the videos, got to, have to when we set this interview up, I knew that I was going to have the son and father on. And I knew I had a lot of questions for the father for the simple fact that the father is the one that's handling a lot of the business. So I kind of like to talk about the business in order to understand the politics that goes on. So if you notice a lot of the business questions, he pretty much answered, you know what I mean? And he did do a lot of speaking as it relates to that, telling everybody what the, how you can get on certain fight cards and going independent and putting on your own shows and stuff like that. Like that was, to me, that's very informative. That's very informative, but only time will tell that. Only time will tell that. We don't hope, hopefully we don't get another T. Folks, we don't get another T Diddy with Pop. You know what I mean? Hopefully we don't get another T Diddy with Pop, but we'll see. You know what I mean? But I really, really like the fact that he opened up those and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, he made me look at Jake Paul totally different now. Made me look at Jake Paul totally different. Because I'm like, damn, Jake Paul has a deal with Showtime. He has a deal with Showtime. So I'm like, so you know what I mean? And then if you build your social media following up, this is where we at. This is where we at. Haleen say T Diddy or J Diddy. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, he say T Diddy impression, J Lo. But you get, you got to, and you definitely got to have a damn good team around you. Let me put the phone lines up, guys. He say this is actually a good idea. Give young prospects a platform of potential growth. Let me put the phone lines up, guys. For anybody want to call in, let's do that. Phone lines is open. Phone lines is open. Anybody wants to call in? Where is the phone? What did I do with the phone? Oh, it's right here. Sorry about that, guys. Let me make sure I have everything. Make sure I have everything open. Make sure I have everything open. Bear with me one moment. The phone lines is open, guys. Anybody want to call in? 530-494 530-494-9636. Anyone want to call in? We can call in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Once again, guys, I told you how I am. I've heard things about, different people. Rick Glazier, Freeway Rick Ross, this, that, this, and that. I'm the type of guy like this. I don't give a damn what nobody says about you. You see what I'm saying? If I fucks with you, I fucks with you. Whatever experience someone else may have had with you has nothing to do with me. If I rock with you, I'm gonna rock with you, and I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying? So, we don't worry about pushing no narratives over here. I just want to see some goddamn fights. That's all I give a damn about, seeing some fights. And I want to see what this kid made of. I really want to see what he made of. The phone number's right there, 530-494-9636. And I really do like him. I really do like him. I like, again, haven't been paid by anybody. You guys know me. We don't do no capping for no promoters, no reporters, no fighters, none of that shit. But I call it straight down the middle. You see what I'm saying? But I really appreciate Rick Glazier. I really appreciate Freeway Ricky Ross for making this happen. You know, and more is yet to come. I appreciate Kid Austin and his father Floyd Sr., you know, Pop, you know what I mean? I really appreciate him as well. And you know, we're gonna see what's up. We got to get a lot of these young fighters on here, man, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be the guy like, you know, like we trying to, I'm not with the prima donna shit. I'm not with the prima donna shit. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not willing to trade in my integrity to get certain privileges like some of these other people do. You see, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? We don't do it. I'm 40. I'll be 48 next month. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to do that. You see what I'm saying? But I love the fact that he educated us on a lot of what's going on with the regional stuff, how to work with the local promoters, how to get on major promoters' fight cards. That's stuff that probably a lot of fans didn't know. If you knew it in the chat, good for you. But I'm pretty sure the average fan that's on YouTube, they don't know. A lot of times you may see a fighter that's on a top rank card or a PBC card or a matchroom card, you know, so it doesn't necessarily mean that fighter is signed to that promotional company. Because I used to always think that if I see a fighter that's on this particular card, he's either signed to Top Rank or he signed to PBC, because you have PBC and Top Rank did a joint fight together. That's not necessarily the case. You know, again, I thought Pitbull Esau Cruz was a PBC fighter because they have him on their website. He's not even a PBC fighter. He's not a PBC fighter. But they have him on the website. Because remember, I was saying this is an in-house fight. They picking cherries, you know, and stuff like that. But and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Esau Cruz surprised the hell out of me. He surprised the hell out of me, bro. I was the guy that was saying he was gonna get stopped in the third round. I was wrong. That dude is a lot better than I thought he was. Well, and he had a lot faster footwork. He paced himself, and he was a lot quicker than he displayed in his other fights, previous fights. It was kind of like he was a different fighter, but he was the same fighter, but a different fighter. You see what I'm saying? And bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like he impressed the hell out of me. Esau Cruz gained the fan in me. Cause once you show me what you can do, I can't hate on that. Andy C says, he say a real gentleman never reveals their age or something like that. I ain't got no problem revealing my age. You know, shit. I'm happy because when I was younger, I didn't think I was gonna make it this far, to be honest with you. Shout out to Carl Hansen. Hey, okay. Dropping that $7.99. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, well done, coaches. I love the fact that you 100% ain't riding nobody. And you just told the kid and his pops. Yeah, man. But I respect it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I respect the fact that they have that camaraderie. You know what I mean? Working together. I really respect it, man. And I be honest with you guys. I don't know if they're very ambitious. I don't know if they're going to be able to get those fights that they want. I don't know if it's going to be as easy. And Pop never said that it was going to be easy. And the kid also never said it's going to be easy. But it just, you know, on the outside looking in, you see the politics of this shit. So I'm just hoping that with Rick Glazier on his team, he's been in the game a long time. You know, then Freeway Ricky Ross on his team. You know, and then they have access to people who know certain things, who can probably help them out and get over certain obstacles. I hope like hell that they can get to where they're trying to go. I really do. I hope like hell. And we got a lot of father-son couples in boxing now. You got Teofimo, T. Diddy and T. Diddy Jr., Lomachenko and Papachenko, you know, Bill and Devin, Floyd Schofield, Floyd and Kid Austin, you know what I mean? So we had K. Diddy, we had Kenny Porter and Sean Porter, K. Diddy, but Sean Porter retired. So, you know, we always had a lot of father-son couples with Roy Jones and his dad, Roy Jones Sr. and Roy Jones Jr. You know, so we've always seen that. You know, we've always seen that. But I like it though. And many more. Diallo Hugger, what you say, fam? You say politics definitely plays a role in boxing. Absolutely. And politics is the exercise of power. That's all politics means. It's pretty much the exercise of power. So, you know, people who are in these certain positions, Huggy Bear, they're going to, you know, they're going to exercise their power, and, you know, who knows how it may work out. But if they play their cards right, they got Rick Glazier on their team, so they should be cool. There's some people who don't like Rick Glazier, but hell, there's a whole bunch of people who don't like me. I don't give a damn shit. It is what it is. You know what I mean? They're gonna love you or hate you. It don't matter. You know, it don't matter. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, what you say? What's going on in the chat? Johnny Blaze, he said they're gonna run into a guy named Bob Arum eventually. Yeah, eventually. Eventually, they probably will. They probably will. You know what I mean? As long as they get the money that they want, as long as they get the money that they want, man, and get to where they're trying to go, man, you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. But I know, I like how humble he is. I got to call this kid the babyface assassin. Kid Austin. I got to call him the kid. You know, baby, remember the movie Purple Rain? And Prince was called the kid. You know what I mean? The kid. You know, kid, what's going on, kid? They called him the kid. You know, the kid is kind of like, he's that guy. You know what I mean? That's the kid there, boy. The kid is like somebody who's I gave blood. I had to give blood today. He's you know, somebody that the kid, he's somebody special, boy. That's the kid there. You see what I'm saying? He's a phenomenal talent. I'm not gonna lie, he's a phenomenal talent. You know, only time will tell, you know what I mean, how far to go. Let's see. He said, call Eddie at Matchroom for Connor number, coach. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to get in contact with Eddie Hearn. Yeah, I don't know how to get in contact with him. Maybe one day, you know, his people will reach out to me. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I don't know how to get in contact with him. I don't know how to get in contact with him. You know what I mean? So, you know, I wouldn't be on nobody. I wouldn't be on Eddie Hearn's radar. He's a shit. He a billionaire? All that money he got. And somebody like me won't be on his radar, to be honest with you. Hold on, guys. We got a call calling in, man. We got a call calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Dirty Red out of Mississippi. What's going on, man?
Dirty Red, what the lick read, baby? What's happening?
Man, what's going on, man? Hey, that was a great interview, man. Real insightful. You know, I learned a couple things about the business of boxing. You know what I mean? And it's crazy that boxing has failed so far from being a mainstream sport that fighters have to really go above and beyond to get their name out and promote themselves, to make themselves an interest. So people aren't really concerned with who's the best fighter. Is more of who can be popular enough to bring the crowd. You see what I'm saying? You can't just bring the crowd by being a good fighter. You got to have something. There's got to be something extra too. You know, like a Floyd Mayweather, like Muhammad Ali, Tyson Fury. Like a lot of these boxers understand it, and they're good at, you know, with their mouthpiece. But it's crazy that just being a good fighter ain't good enough. And like he was saying that, you know, being a smaller fighter, you know what I'm saying, as far as status goes, you coming up in the rankings and bam, you was this ranking, but you don't want to sign. Now you're down in the rankings. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The boxing game, it's a crazy. It's basically like a free fall, freelance, eat them up. If you can make some happen, you can make some shake, you can do some business fine. But it really don't even matter how good you are. It's a lot of good fighters out there that we'll never know about.
Yeah, because like you said, you really can't pay too much attention to the ranking system because the ranking systems can be manipulated. You know, you just get in contact with, and Rick Glazier broke that down too. You can just get in contact with somebody and, you know, they'll move your fighter up and down the rankings. The average fan who may not know, well, he was ranked number such and such, such and such. He was ranked number 5. He has to be good. And we assume that because if you are a good fighter and you can fight, or no, we assume that the only way you can get in the rankings, you have to be the best of the best. And that's not necessarily the case. That's what I mean by that. That's not necessarily the case.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
yeah, I feel like there's a lack of organization of the boxing. You know, it doesn't boxing needs some type of structure to iron things out more than what it is. Because right now, if I had enough money, I could probably be in the ranking somewhere, top 25.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It's just, you know, everything is political. So no matter how small or how big it is, it's always some like, you know. But yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm glad. Pop, you know, Kid Austin's dad broke that down for us, man. But Dirty Red, thank you so much, brother, for calling in, fam. Man, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that.
All right. Have a good one, man.
All right, you too, my brother. Let's give my brother Dirty Red a round of applause. Give Dirty Red a round of applause, man. He say, Coach, you Akon says, Coach, you might get Emperor Michael coming on call. He's from the UK. He's a boxing fan, not a fanboy. He sparred a few guys like Tyson Fury, Kell Brook, etc. Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, hey, woo. Yeah, you know, you ain't got to worry about me sparring nobody. I ain't finna be getting my ass beat. The body shot, I can't take a body shot right now. Not right now. He's saying WBA made more belts since the pandemic. Yeah, they did. And then, hey, John Jones, the belts are basically for, you know, just sanctioning fees. You know, the way they generate more money, if I create more belts, you get a belt, you got to pay me every time you do, you know, a 3% every time you fight. You know what I mean? And that's what it's for. And the fighters are used the belts as leverage, you know, to put them in positions, you know, because, you know, when you're boxing, everybody wants to be a champion, dog. Everybody wants to be the champion. So if you can be the a regional champion or whatever, that belt leads to the next belt and the next belt and the next belt until you get to your ultimate goal. So, you know, when you first coming up and you're fighting, you're going to go through these things. You're going to go through these things, guys. You see what I'm saying? So you got to pay your dues. You got to, you know, move up in the ranks and have those fights. We got to do, man. Like what I love about the UK. Anybody in the UK, let me know how well do you guys support the regional fights in the UK? We know in the UK they love boxing. You know, even though boxing is not even the top sport in the UK. I was watching the damn dart match. Darts is huge in the UK. I think darts I think darts, when you're throwing darts on the dartboard, I think that's a more popular sport than boxing, believe it or not, in the UK. But how do you guys support the regional tickets, the boxing tickets? See, that's what the greats do. They get the common person not interested in boxing, interested in boxing equally. Yeah, exactly. That's what you do, man. Mr. Ray Nate, you say once a month or so have a segment where you highlight great amateur fights. Who are the next in turn pro? That's a good idea. That's a good idea, fam. That's a good idea. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. John Jones said ticket sales get you in the rankings. I think it's that's not the only way, but that's not the only way to get in the rankings. But that's one of the ways. But I see what you're saying though. That's not the only way though. Let's see. Hold on. Johnny Blaze, what you say, family? Said you just gotta be good with one of the sanctioning bodies. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Juan says he surprised you because he's not PBC. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that was directed to, Juan. I don't know who that was directed to. Let me see. Let's see. Akon said John Jones, he's a funny guy. I've been telling them about this channel. Yeah, get him on here, man. Get him on here. Hector says Mauricio's getting his money. Yeah, Hector, that's exactly what's going on with the WBC. You know what I mean? That's all that's going on. I mean, me as a boxing fan, I don't like it. But from a businessman standpoint, if I put myself in Mauricio Suleiman's shoes, Hector, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be completely honest with you, brother. I'm looking at it from what I don't like standpoint because I'm not the president of the WBC or the WBA or any of these sanctioning bodies, right? I'm not the president of these guys. But I'm looking at it from, you know, if I was them, I would probably do, maybe I would do the same thing. I don't know. If I'm trying to generate more money, you know what I mean? If I'm trying to generate more money, you know. Let's see. Toby Bartlett, he said Kell Brook too. Tyson Fury, damn, that's a great range and weight. Oh man, Johnny Blaze says sucks they shut down boxing in the UK. Drummond for Life, he said the Commonwealth belt. Okay, the Commonwealth belt. Okay. Thomas, what you say, man? You say Con Brooks sold out in under 10 minutes. Bruh, that shocked the hell out of me, bruh. Because listen, Kell Brook and Amir Khan, they should have fought like 5 years ago. That shocked the hell out of me that people would still be interested. Both of these guys are past their prime. That shocked the hell out of me, bro. I was surprised. He said, don't rush the kid, let him grow. Because to be honest, he's not ready for Devin, Tank, or Keyshawn, or Shakur. They would gas him out. Let time work his magic. Yeah, I mean, I would say that. There's no need of rushing him. There's no need of just throwing him in there because he's only 19. He's only 19. Hell, you can, hell, give him another year and a half, 2 years, and see where he's at. You know what I mean? He's only 19, so he has plenty of time, and that's what I'm saying. Let's see. Bruce Gold said Eddie's father runs the dart world in the UK. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Lady Shan told me that. Lady Shan the one told me that. Bro, listen, darts. Goddamn darts. I said, you know what, man? I need to start me a damn darts YouTube channel. Just about darts. I don't know nothing about it. I need to do some research on it. But bro, I couldn't believe it, bro. I was on the Zone. I got the Zone app on my phone, right? And I'm watching what the hell is this? Darts. I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, I looked inside. I can't make this shit up. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. I can put it up right now. Bro, I looked inside. I was like, bro, it's a pack. The arena, it was like I don't want to say it was an arena like with 18, 20,000. It wasn't that big, but it was like a, I don't know, like a, probably like a venue that held like 7,000, 8,000 people, maybe 10,000, maybe. Man, that shit was packed. Bro, I was like, damn, they packed about some damn darts. Bro, listen, darts, I don't mean to get off topic, but I'm just showing you like, oh, here you go right here. Here you go right here. World Darts Championship, Day 10, Season 2. Bro, this shit packed. Bro, they won't, listen, the people who throw darts, right, professional dart throwers, I don't know what they're called, they walk them to the ring. They got two people, security, walking them to the ring. They waving their hands in the air like this, the crowd going crazy, and then you look on stage, they got cheerleaders on stage dancing. I say, man, shit, they got some old fat white dude, beer belly, and he a superstar in the dart world. You know what I mean? They screaming his name right now. You know what I mean? I'm dead ass serious. Shout out to Major Key Boxing Man in the building. Major Key in the building. What's going on, Major?
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Shout out to Major Key, man. Hey, okay. Y'all go over there and check out Major Key, man, and subscribe. Bruh, for real though, goddamn darts. He say, Coach, who was your prospect of the year? I would say, Dan, the brother we just talked about, what's his name? Not Rashidi Ellis. Now, what the brother we just talked about, start with an R. I think he signed the top rank, came out of the Olympics. I forgot the brother's name, man, just that damn quick. Let's see. Yeah, man. He says a lots of drinking among darts fans. Man, listen, man, I was shocked. I'm looking at one right now. Hold on. Why is it's not showing right now? Some damn darts. I couldn't believe that shit. Bruh, they throwing darts, bruh. They throwing darts. Like literally. Hold on, damn, it won't let me. Here you go. Yep. They walking the dude. Listen, I'm watching a dart match, right? It's packed. They got two guys walking them to the ring right now. They got two. Look how packed it is. Look at that. He all on stage throwing his hand up. The people, look at that, man. The people, man, this shit packed. I can't, the Zone don't play. Yeah, this shit packed, man. Some damn darts. I couldn't believe it. So for people in America, they be like, well, man, people in the UK, they ain't got nothing to do. That's why these boxing matches be selling out over there, because they ain't got nothing to do. I'm like, man, boxing is not even in the top 10 favorite sport in the UK. They got darts. Listen, darts is more, Bro, I'm like, I say, shit, I'm in the wrong goddamn sport. I need to start, I'm in the wrong sport, bro. G-Man, what you say, G-Man? He said, yo, Coach, the regional fighters get love from their local towns, especially up north. Yeah, but you see what I'm saying, bro? That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Carl Hansen say, it's a pub game, Coach, here in Australia. yeah, man. Hey, listen, bro, I'm in the wrong business, man. I'm in the wrong business. Hey, bro, darts, bro, it shocked the hell out of me. Like, they got this big fat dude right now, and, I'm pretty sure he drank kegs of beer a day, and, he like that, do it like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro, this shit is, bro, I'm hearing they make hundreds of thousands of dollars playing this shit. Hey, how much they make? I think Lady Shan told me these people making like hundreds of thousands of dollars, man. He says darts world championship played at the Great Hall. Yeah, the Great Hall. Capacity 10. Bro, 10,000. That's what I'm talking about. 10,250 people, and it's sold out. Darts. I can't make this shit up. Do you know how dumbfounded I am right now? And they making money like that playing. Bro, I'm hearing they making hundreds of thousands of dollars. He said people like sports. They think they can compete in. He said darts used to be, shout out to the Queen Lisa Bell. She said darts used to be popular in the bars over here back in the day. No, you know, you're right though. In the pool halls, you're right about that. I remember that. But I just didn't know, Lisa, I didn't realize that this is a popular, like, they got their own fucking league. These dart throwers or whatever you call them, they making hundreds of thousands of pounds, not dollars, pounds. You know what I mean? Bro, that shit shocked the hell out of me, bro. That shit shocked the hell out of me. For real though. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Paul Evans says, he says, I used to play darts for my county. Yeah, man. Like, bro, boxing. Lions Den darts community. He say Lions Den darts community. Hey, the darts is something else, man. They're drinking kegs. He say 70. This dude say 70,000 to $500,000. Shoot, bro. Carl, what you say, Carl? He say sponsors are big money. Beer companies. Yeah. Yeah, man. I bet. Little Green Eyes P, she says that my dad played in the team for years. Bro, listen, man. Bro, I was blown. I have the zone on my app. Let me see what I want to watch today, man. I'm looking at the zone and shit, and they showing the fighters, and I ran across this darts thing. I'm like, what the fuck is? I'm like, what the hell is this? I watching no damn darts. And then I just clicked on it, right? And then I saw the announcer is on the stage, you know, weighing in at, you know, 5'10", weighing in at 5'10", 250 pounds. He drank two kegs of lager a day. You know, Johnny Boy Biggums, and he's coming. He's walking down the aisle to the stage, and the crowd is going crazy. And he got two security guards, and Johnny Boy like this here. Johnny Boy, he like this here, like, yeah, you know what I mean. And they got cheerleaders on the stage with pom poms, bro. You know how blowed I was, bro. I'm looking at this shit like, okay, this is un-American. What the hell is that? Well, okay, this is un-American. What the hell is this? You know, why they cheering for this dude? What, I'm like, what are he fixing to do? Damn, he throwing darts and they screaming. Bro, I couldn't believe that shit. Bro, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, shit, I need to start throwing darts then. As a matter of fact, I'm finna start a dart YouTube channel. Fuck it. That's what we're gonna do. All darts. It's gonna be strictly for the UK. Might be some American fan, but it's all darts. We're gonna start a dart YouTube channel. Shit. Hey, in darts, do they Toby Bartlett, what you say, fam? He say 500,000 pounds, okay, for the winner of the world championship. Wow, that's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money. George Jake says that he said they make millions in darts. Wow. Hey, do they is darts similar to boxing? Do they say, well, you know, you on the wrong side of the street? Do they say that in darts? You're on the wrong side of the street. You throwing darts for the wrong promotion company. I throw darts for Top Rank. You throw darts for PBC. It ain't gonna work. Well, you know, do they say that? We don't believe in making another promoter rich. You know, we have a plethora of dart throwers that our fighter can throw darts with. You know, we don't believe in crossing the street. You know, do they say that? Do they say that? Do they say that in darts? You know what I mean? Yeah, I have a plethora. You know, you throw darts for the wrong promotional company. You know, what did Bob Arum tell Devin Haney? You signed to the wrong promotional company, kid. There's no way I'm going to allow my dart thrower to throw darts against you. If you would have signed with me, you could have got together and y'all could have threw darts for the championship belt or whatever. but you signed to the wrong one. So is it like that? Is it like that in darts? That's what I want to know. He said only one side in darts, coach. Oh, okay, that's good. Only one side. All right, cool. All right, it's only one side. He said, I've been listening to my TV and been cracking up. Yeah, I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying. I just want to make sure. Because I'm trying to compare everything, the politics to boxing. So it ain't none of that going on in darts. Okay. I'm dead ass serious about starting a dart channel, though. Shit. I don't know nothing about darts, but I would do my research and study, find out who the stars is. I will say this, though. What I don't like about darts is the announcers. They very boring. You know what I mean? You got to be exciting. You know what I mean? You got to have somebody up there like me. All right, we got a dude named Clayton. Clayton is ranked number 8, and the other guy's ranked number 25. Damn, they fighting. They got their country's flags. Is that their country's flags? Oh, what is that? Oh, that's the clothes. Is that the clothes or the country they throwing for? You know, we have John Clayton we have John Clayton from North London, and he's competing against Australia's very own Steve Clemens. Now, you know, there's a lot of pressure here. This is for all the marbles. 500,000 pounds. The winner can take home. You know what I mean? I'll be announcing the dart fight. Yeah, man, you know, we got John Clayton throwing darts, man. This old garbage ass nigga from motherfucking where he from again? North London. Man, this man purely trash, man. I saw his last match. I wasn't impressed. He's not as accurate as he should be. He drinking too many kegs of lager. This is why his stomach's sticking out. Now the other guy, he's a little bit more physically fit. He's from South London. So we have the battle of the South London and the North London. Now, I don't know who this guy is. He's ranked number 25, but the smart money is on him because he doesn't have, like, you gotta have the announcers a little bit more excited. That's all I'm saying. And we gotta have the announcers a little bit more excited. You know what I mean? I won't be sitting back like, now here comes John Clayton. Look at the 45-degree arch that he threw the dart. No. We're gonna be talking some shit. We gotta talk shit. We gotta talk shit. Yeah, we gotta do that. You see what I'm saying? So, JB, what you say, JB? He said, I'll request for a franchise belt. He said he'll request for the franchise belt. Well, how Mauricio Sulaiman talk? Well, it's to the discretion of the WBC. What we like to do as an organization. Yes, we know Devin Haney. Yes, he is the WBC. He is the WBC super lightweight. Dart weight champion. He is that, but George Kambosos, he is undisputed as well. He won the IBF dart championship. He won the WBA, the WBO, and he won the franchise. So he is the undisputed dart champion, lightweight dart champion of the world right now. And Devin Haney, he is the pride champion. He's proud, well, however you want to say it. You know what I mean? And they're gonna have a throw off. They're gonna have a throw off. Whoever can throw the darts the best, will win the prize. Bro, just imagine the politics is, bro. Mauricio Sulaiman mess up. He'll mess up darts. Listen, just imagine if they had sanctioning bodies in darts like it was in boxing. He'll mess it up. We won't get no unification fights. Just suppose though. We know it ain't like that because you guys just clarified it for me. But just suppose you had a PBC in darts, you had a top rank in darts, you had and then you have sanctioning bodies in darts and WBC and we feel good about our partnership with the dart organization with Barry Hearn over there in the UK, and we've created the franchise belt. This is a prestigious belt for only the top dart throwers in the world can be privileged to get this belt. Now we will be collecting sanctioning fees. Don't worry about that. But just imagine that bullshit there, bro. I'll be mad as hell, bro. Darvin says he said, don't kill me tonight, coach. He said, man, say pride champion of dart. Bro, I'm just saying though, just imagine He said, hey, not now say, no ducking in darts. Hey, ain't no ducking the darts up. It ain't no, yeah, man, I would, yeah, dog, you on the wrong side of the street, dog, I'm with ESPN and Fox, I know he say, I'm with Showtime and Fox, you with Fox and Top Rank, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna work, you know what I mean? Only way you gonna throw darts against me, you gotta come on this side of the street. You got to leave. You want to throw darts at me, you got to leave South London and come to North London, and that's the only way this fight, that's the only way this match gonna happen with us. You got to leave South London to come to North London. That's how we gonna make that happen. Hey, what he say? He says, on PBC Fanboy, hey, Egg Shake 4 say he on the wrong side of the pub. He on the wrong side of the pub. He on the wrong side of the pub. Yeah, man. What kind of lager are you drinking? Oh, you're drinking the wrong kind. We can't, just imagine somebody like a Tyson Fury. Just imagine somebody like a Tyson Fury. That's not a man born from his mother's loins. No, that's not a man born that come from his father's loins or his mother's womb that can beat me in darts. I'm telling you, I'm the Gypsy King of darts. I've had all of the championship belts before in darts. Just the way I throw, the way I throw those darts, at such high velocity and speed. You know what I mean, bro? Just imagine that. But that should be hilarious, bro. We can't have no Mauricio Suleiman in darts though. He'll be creating all kind of belts, man. Just South London beefing with North London. Then you got Wales. Then you got Scotland and Ireland. We don't believe in doing cross promotional dart fights. Champion. We don't believe in doing none of this shit. Which pub you drink at? Oh, that's the wrong pub, kid. That's the wrong pub. And what you drinking? Budweiser? Oh, we don't drink Budweiser over here. You drink, bro. It'll be crazy, bro. It'll be crazy. If you let anything dealing with boxing, as of late to how boxing is ran, get involved in darts, it'll be an unfun sport. Hold on, this guy here, what he got? Let's see. He got a 99.70 score. Johnny Clayton and Gabrielle Clemens. Okay, he got an 89.90. Bro, listen, this shit packed. Bro, it's packed. It's packed, but I can't, just don't be tripping. Bro, this shit packed, bro. Bro, it's not a seat in it. I can't believe this shit. I can't believe it, bro. There's not a seat that's open out here, bro. These dudes ain't even breaking a sweat. They just. Let me hear what the announcer saying. I want to hear what the announcer saying. What the announcer saying? This dude ain't even breaking a sweat, dog. He not even breaking a sweat. Literally. Dude ain't breaking a sweat. And the crowd is going crazy. I'm looking at it right now, dog. The crowd going crazy. They throw 3 darts at it. I think he just pointed at the camera. And he just threw 3 darts right on the green. And then he pointed at the camera like, yeah. He tell him to top that. Oh, he missed it. He missed it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the dude from North London getting his ass whipped right now. The dude from North London getting his ass whipped right now. Here you go. This dude here good. Oh, he two on the red? Oh, he did 3 on the red. Oh, he pointed at the camera again. Hey, he throwing at the camera. Hey, he pointing at the camera. Bruh, this dude good, dog. Hey, this dude Clayton, Johnny Clayton, this dude is a beast. He throwing everything on the same color. What's it? Okay, what it is? Green, come on. Oh, this dude, he pointing at the camera again. This dude here something else. Bruh, this shit hooked. Hey, I was high one day, right? This is a true story. I was high one day. And I was like looking through the zone and shit. And then I just ran across the dart channel. And I got stuck. I've been hooked ever since. This dude here a beast, though. This dude, Johnny Clayton, this dude ain't nothing to play with, bro. He beating the brakes off of Clemens. Oh, he beating the brakes off of Clemens. Is that Clemens? Which one Clayton Clemens? Let me see. Yeah, man. Yeah, this dude here, man. But that dude, he missed that. He missed that one. Okay, he got 2. He got 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Yeah. Yeah, that dude a beast, man. That dude, Clemens is, let me see. Hold on. Hey, shout out the car. Hey, let me. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Shout out the car, Hanson.
Hey, okay.
Drop it that $7.99. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, this shit here is something else, bro. He said Johnny Bigham was prepared well for the night's contest with 47 pints of lager. It looks like he'll be losing the belt before the fight. Hey, listen, man. Hey, this is a boxing channel. We talk about some damn darts. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Like, man, this shit here, hey, this shit addictive too. But he pointed at the camera like, he got 3 darts in his hand, pointing at the camera like, yeah, man. Told y'all I'm gonna beat the brakes off this dude, man. Oh, it's a tie score? How did it get it? Oh, you know what? Clayton won the first round. Oh, Clayton up 2. Clayton up 2. Oh, this dude good, bro. This dude good. Bro, this dude Johnny Clayton good, bro. This dude good. Bro, he good. He said why to be good windmilling them darts. He said you should look into the World of Handball Championship, coach. Those guys don't play around. Oh, handball. Okay. All right, let's check out. Let's see. You got darts. Let me write this down. We have darts. Hold on, we write this down. Let's write this down, guys. We have darts. You know, I'm trying to expand, right? Darts, handball. I just want to, bro. You know what I want? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is all I want. I just want to be the announcer. I just want to be the ringside announcer. That's all I want. I don't want much. I just want to be the ringside announcer. Boy, if I can be the ringside announcer, boy, to any of these sports, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Let ESPN or somebody call me, the zone. Hey, man, listen, man, check this out, baby boy. Hey, we want to offer you an opportunity, man, to be a ringside announcer. Or just, even if you don't be ringside, just to do the announcing on our social media platforms or whatever. Bro, yeah. Yeah. Snooker. Yeah, snooker's like pool. Yeah. Snooker's good too. Yeah. Just let me be the ringside announcer, bro. Oh my God, bro. Yeah. Just let me be the ringside announcer. That's all I want. He say, Loma play tennis with oversized rackets. He say, what is that? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. He say, coach starts off 501 points. They get minus the points. They get okay. Yeah, hey, I'm still learning. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. This shit addictive. Bro, smoke some weed and watch a darts competition. Anybody that's American, smoke some weed and watch darts. I promise you'll be hooked. I'm hooked already. Hey, I'm hooked already. He said, coach, he said, how would you react if Leonard was the owner of darts? Oh, oh my God. Oh my God, man. Don't get me started on Leonard, man. You know Leonard my favorite promoter. Leonard Ellaby is my favorite promoter. Contrary to popular belief. He's the favorite guy that I love to laugh at. Let's see. She say, coach be the funny. Man, just let me, bro, they fuck around, bro, and let me be an announcer to any of these sports. It's a wrap. Let me be an announcer to any of these sports. It's a wrap, bro. I promise you, bro. Let me and Paul and Marjolani do it together. You know what I mean? Like, man, this man straight. What was he thinking about? Bro, like, oh my God, man, he got the brakes beat off of him, bro. It reminds me, bro, of I was thinking about when Mike Tyson, we're gonna get back to boxing, but when Mike Tyson had a fight with Buster Douglas years ago, right? When he got his first loss, Tyson was taken care of very well, with the team he had with I think it was Jimmy Jacobs, Custom Auto, then Custom Auto passed away, Teddy Atlas and Kevin Rooney and stuff like that. And then he got rid of all of those guys. He got rid of his team when he hooked up with Don King, and Don King ended up Don King helped Tyson out a lot, though. He helped him out because he was going to get cleaned out from the bank with Robin Givens. And she did get some money, but she didn't get as much as she would have gotten. So Don King looked out for him on that. And then when he signed Tyson went back to being who he was. When he went, he started doing a whole lot of crazy stuff, not training, smoking, getting on coke, stuff like that. So he didn't really train for the Buster Douglas fight. Wasn't Don King's fault. It wasn't Don King's fault that he got his ass whipped. And then Buster Douglas wife at the time, she was dying of a terminal disease at the time. His wife at the time, she had a terminal disease, and his mother had just passed away like 13 days prior. And Buster Douglas, I think he fought Tony Tucker or something like that. Tibbs, it was one of them, and he quit. He quit on the stool. He was known for quitting in fights, and he got knocked out a couple of times, got dropped a couple of times. So, Buster Douglas was a 40 when he fought Mike Tyson. He was a 42-1 underdog. 42-1 underdog when he fought Mike Tyson. And Mike was my favorite fighter at the time, but I realized that he wasn't as good as I thought he was. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Sometimes you look at the guys, your hero, you want to believe that these guys are Superman. And a lot of his flaws, once he got away from Kevin Rooney and once he hooked up with Don King, and Don King pretty much got rid of his whole team. He cut him off from everybody who helped him get to where he was at, who kept him on point. And they didn't rob him of anything. This is a true story. They didn't rob him of anything. It's just that, he got a hold of Don, and Don ended up getting Tyson. But Tyson got his ass beat. We know that. Bruh, the man didn't do no training. He had yes men around him. When he was getting his ass beat by Buster Douglas, he didn't even have inswell. He didn't even have inswell for his eye. The guys in this corner had a bag of ice that were putting on his eye. He didn't even have inswell. This is how incompetent his trainers were. And he had trainers who pretty much, Mike Tyson got lazy after that. Tyson was a prime fighter when he had Kevin Rooney, Custom Auto, Kevin Rooney, Jacobs. When those guys died and they got rid of Kevin Rooney, he wasn't a prime fighter anymore. So I would say he got with Don in 88, 89. He was a prime fighter for like 3 years, 3.5, 4, somewhat, I would say 4 years. After that, once 1990 hit, he was nothing no more. He was nothing no more. Buster Douglas beat the shit out of him, as you can see. Buster Douglas' wife had terminal cancer. Not terminal cancer. She had a terminal disease. She was dying. And his mother had just passed away. He was a 42-1 underdog. And he beat the brakes off of Tyson. We know this. To the point to where Tyson then was saying, well, we really didn't lose. It was a long count. This was before the Wilder shit. Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson and Don King did it. He couldn't lose. There was a long count. He was down 13 seconds, and Jose Suleiman was saying that they didn't want to rule Buster Douglas because they was trying to challenge it. They didn't want to rule Buster Douglas as champion yet, the WBC and the WBA, because Don King had influence with both of them. But then the media got a wind of what was going on, and the media put so much pressure on it that they had to come out and say, yeah, man, Buster Douglas really won the fight. But, this is what happened. He didn't do none of the shit that he was supposed to do, and he wasn't the same after that. He wasn't the same before that. Before that, he wasn't the same. So prime Tyson was 85 to about 88. 85, 88, maybe 89, once he hit up with Don King. And Don King didn't put him on coke, didn't tell him to stop training, none of that. This is what Tyson did. I'm a firm believer in people got to accept responsibility for their own actions. Due to his own inactions, you know what I mean? This is what happened to him. But Buster Douglas was a 42-1 underdog. If you'd have put some money on Buster Douglas, you would have made a whole lot of goddamn money. 42-1 underdog. Lord. I'm telling you, bro, 42-1 underdog, Buster Douglas, and then he came back and lost it. He hit the jackpot. Then he came back and got paid a lot of money to fight Evander Holyfield because he lost. He was a one and done champion, and pretty much that was it. But hey, man, he say Douglas beat Mike pretty bad. Yeah, he beat the brakes off of him. Beat him. He beat him fair and square too. Caught him with that upper. I'll never forget that uppercut. He hit him with like a 3-4 punch combination. Caught him with uppercut. Bap. Mike head went up. Caught him with the left hook. Bap. Caught him with the straight. Caught him with on the right cross. Bap. And he leaned all his weight into that punch. Mike hit the ground. I was crying when that shit happened. But the fact of the matter is, Tyson wasn't the fighter that I thought he was. I'm old enough to know, I'm old enough to understand that. Now, he wasn't what I thought he was. That's why I say Lennox Lewis was the greatest heavyweight of that era. I didn't like Lennox Lewis, but guess what? It didn't matter whether I liked him or not. He was the greatest heavyweight of that era. He beat the shit out of Tyson. He beat Evander Holyfield. He got robbed in the first fight. He beat all those guys. And the guys he lost to, he came back and he beat them. The most dominant heavyweight. He was a dominant heavyweight. You know what I mean? Now, Mike Mike Tyson had all the endorsements and stuff. When he was with Jacobs and Customato, when Customato passed away 85. When Customato passed away? No, it wasn't 85. It was probably like 87, something like that. 86, 87. And he had endorsements and all that stuff. Once he hooked up with Don, he lost all that shit. He had Mike Tyson Punch Out. He had all that. But he became the Tyson everyone started hating, because, the mainstream media hated him. Dudes in the streets loved him because, he was hanging out with the dope boys and snorting with the dope boys and smoking weed with the dope boys. We loved him for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Not realizing that, we was hurting him because he wasn't doing the shit that he was supposed to do in the ring. He wasn't doing the shit he's supposed to do in the ring. So, it is what it is. Buster Douglas beat the shit out of him and the rest is history. So well, I learned a lot from that. He said, I put $100 on Cambosos. Wow, $100? Damn. 1,300. Yeah, he was a 13-1 underdog. So that was the biggest, that's why I say the George Cambosos and Teofimo Lopez fight, that was the upset of the year. I would say that was the upset of the year because that guy was a 13-1 underdog. Period. He say, Tyson should have kept Kevin Rooney. Well, when Tyson got with Don King put all the black stuff in his head. We got to stick together, the evil white man, the white devil, this and that. So he was talking that black shit to him, and Tyson, even though that the people who helped Tyson make the money and really had him set up well was the white guys in his life, and this is how I know they didn't rob him. How I know Tyson did not get robbed, because he audited, he audited the financial books. He audited the financial records of Jacobs and the guys who was handling him. And come to find out when he audited them, now this is documented. When he audited them, come to find out that they paid him more than what he was supposed to make. They didn't steal not one dime from him. This is why I don't do skin color politics. You can't do that shit. You know what I mean? So he would have talking that black shit to him, and he would have talking that black shit to him, and that's what it was, bro. So you know what I mean? That's how they get you. That's how they got me. I know that's how they got me. He say Lennox Lewis was asked by sports pundits in them days about Tyson, and he always said Tyson is an animal, and it would be silly to fight him at that stage. But then he fought him when Tyson was finished. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was a bad boy. We talking about from 85 to 88? 85 to 88, that was your prime Tyson. Some way we even want to, probably like 89, he wasn't moving his head no more. He was just walking in like this. He was lazy. He wasn't doing that because he was in the street stands, snorting, hanging down here in Miami with convertible bird. He was doing all crazy shit there. So, yeah, that guy there was John Jones. What'd you say, fam? You say he beat Burbick in November '86. Cuz passed away by then. Yeah. Don King was able to get him in '88. And guess what? Tyson was a free agent. He wasn't signed to a promoter. He was fighting on a fight-by-fight basis. You know what I mean? When he got with Don, he got exclusive contracts, and the rest is history. Exclusive promotional rights on Don King got. He said, Coach, in my opinion, the G-Man McKellen would have been one of the greatest middleweights of all time, if not for the brain injury. Yeah, you're right about that. McClellan was a bad boy. Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head, man. McClellan was a bad boy. Let's see. Andy C, he said, what he say, Carl says, he said, that's why you spit fire, Coach. We all bleed red men. Yeah, we all bleed, man, for real though, man. For real though, bro. Telling you, bro, like, he say throwing hooks in the street at Mitch Green. Yeah. He was just doing a whole bunch of dumb shit. He wasn't the fighter I thought he was. I'm just being honest with you now. I was a fanboy of Tyson now, but he wasn't the fighter I thought he was. Shout out to the Queen, Bless 365. She said, "How, Coach and chat family? These people working the mess out of me today." Oh, but listen, man, Bless, be safe out there on the jobs. Be safe, sis. Don't work. I know they're working the mess out of you, but don't try to, don't try to work them. You work them. Don't try to work them. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was just doing dumb shit. Yeah, he was doing dumb shit. Doing snorting coke, smoking weed, wasn't training, got rid of the motherfuckers who took him there, and he was Wakanda forever and talking all that crazy shit, and he had all kind of cases he was getting, money was, money was getting him out of because he had a good team around him. A lot of shit he had with women, being overly aggressive with women, sexual assaults. Like, it was just a lot of stuff that he was getting caught up in that was getting swept under the rug. And then once he got with Don and that discipline structure was gone, it was like, rest is history. You know what I mean? So a lot of the stuff I'm saying, he said this. So he said this on his podcast. So he got off the chain, man. He got off the chain. And the hood loves chaos. So we was like, he represent us. He's from the street. Mike from the street, he represent us. The hood loves chaos, but it was chaotic. Wasn't good for his boxing career, but it is what it is. So, I was one of those guys who said, yeah, Don King robbed him and this and that. And Don did put the whammy on him, but Mike blowed a lot of his money. He wasn't all Don. He was doing dumb shit, buying cars every week and snorting coke. He blowed a lot of his money. So you can't, you can't put it all on Don. It wasn't all Don's fault, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Contractually, yeah, but the other shit, nah. He said King came with the champ and left with the champ. Yeah, because he had both of them under contract. He had both of the fighters under contract. 9 times out of 10, King is going to have both fighters under contract. And in the heavyweight division, he had all the heavyweights under contract. So he always lead with the champion. He said, I'm a forever fanboy of Iron Mike. Literally still the face of boxing. I feel you, man. I felt the same way. I don't feel that way anymore, NEC. I don't feel that way anymore. It's too much shit I know about him now. It's too much I know about him now. So I don't see him in that same light. Still my guy, though. He still was my favorite heavyweight, but now that I'm 47, I sit back and reflect, and I'm like, yeah, he wasn't what he was what I thought he was from 85 to 88. 85 to 88. Yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. At that time, we had Punch Out back then, but Mike Tyson's Punch Out, he had all kind of endorsements and stuff. If you look at it to after he hooked up with Don King, they didn't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole because he turned into something else. He was this street guy. He was this street guy now. Yeah, Robin Givens, yeah, he jumped out the window with that. Don King saved him with that, though. Don King saved him with the Robin Givens because Robin Givens was going to clean him out of everything. She was going to get half of everything. And when he hooked up with Don restructured everything, took all of Mike Tyson's bank accounts because he had all his money. Him and Robin Givens had joint bank accounts, and she was able to sign her name on checks and say that Mike gave her permission and this and that. When he got with Don King restructured all of that shit. In one day, he did it in one day. Say he did it like in 1 or 2 days. He did it in one day. One day, restructured all that shit. She couldn't get no. She wrote a check for like $10 million to her production company, and it bounced. Yeah, King, not 10 million. I think it was like 2 million. Sorry about that. I think it was like one or 2 million, and the shit bounced. So he says, how good was Paul the Punisher? Paul Williams was a bad boy. Paul Williams was pretty good, man, for the motorcycle accident. And he had lost. He had got knocked out though. He had got knocked out before that. But Paul, I don't know how the hell he made weight in welterweight. I really don't know. You know what I mean? I really don't know, to be honest with you. Thomas Jones said, yes, Coach, Mike got away with a lot of stuff that wasn't broadcast. Yeah, he did. I was one of those Mike Tyson apologists. Like if he got accused of doing something, I didn't want to believe it. The white man was hating on him. That was me. No self-accountability, no responsibility. That was me. I was that guy. Made all the kind of excuses, but he was doing it. He was doing that shit. the shit they were charged. He was doing that shit, bro. He was doing that shit. He was doing it, dog. He was doing that shit. There's too many people saying the same shit. Like there's no conspiracy here. There's too many people saying the same shit. He was doing that shit. I didn't want to believe it, because I'm like, man, I was protecting him, but he was doing that shit, bro. He was doing that shit. Paul Evans, that you couldn't have a full smoke session with Iron Mike and Shannon Briggs. I don't know. Iron Mike and Shannon Briggs, Kenny Rogers will smoke the hell out of all of them. Lil Green Eyes P, she say, Miss Green is a minister now. I heard, yep, Mike doesn't hold back on his story at all. He's very open about his wild days. Yeah, he is. He's very open about it. Mike is very open about it. You know, and it was because of how open he was. It lets me know that that's when I realized he wasn't the guy that I thought he was. He wasn't the guy that I thought he was. Coach, watch the documentary on Miniature Mike Tyson. It's on Jeremy Cleveland. Okay, I'll check that out. He said, I didn't even know Judah smoked weed. Watch a video of him the other night. He was rolling a joint. Yeah, I'm finna roll a joint right now. That's what I'm fixing to do. I'm fixing to roll a joint right now. Carl Hansen said, damn, man, school is in session with the coach. Yeah, but a lot of that shit was true, bro. Mike did that shit. You know what I mean? And he'll tell you. He'll tell you, yeah. He'll tell you. Like, I was one of the guys when he went to prison. I didn't want to believe he did it. I was like, no, that man didn't do that shit. You know, so, you know, I think to this day he say he didn't do it, but I don't know. I you know, got kind of, you know, it's kind of hard. You know, we got a motherfucker coming to your house, coming to your hotel 3 a.m. with a nightgown on, talking about they want to get an autographed picture. You know, so you get what I'm saying. It was a recipe for the disaster though. Just peeked a few videos on Kid Austin. Kid has major power on both hands. Yeah, and he's a switch hitter. And he's a switch hitter. Who that was that Paul Evans lost to? Was that Martinez? Paul Williams. I want to say, was it Sergio Martinez. That's who it was. Sergio Martinez. I think that's who it was that beat Paul Williams. Let's see. He said the only Mike Tyson I know about is the Mexican Mike Tyson, Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Oh, Pitbull. Hey man. Pitbull got my respect, dog. Pitbull got my respect, dog. I'm telling you, he got my respect. Pitbull Cruz got my respect, bro. I'm telling you, like, bro, I don't have no Pitbull Cruz jokes. You ain't never got to worry about that. He said the coach is Willie Nelson, not Kenny Rogers. Yeah, Willie Nelson. Yeah, I'm telling you. But you know what? Hey, I was in the same ballpark. Willie Nelson, Kenny Rogers, both from country singers. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah, Willie Nelson. That's who it was. Willie Nelson. You're right. Willie Nelson. I used to bump that music back in the day. He say Mike Tyson is on the right path now. Yeah, he's on the right path now. A lot of stuff he went through was self-inflicting. You know what I mean? And I think when you go through a lot of things in life that's self-inflicting, the only way you're going to get past it, you're going to have to look yourself in the mirror and hold yourself accountable for the things that you've done. You know what I mean? Stop playing victim. Oh, you know, everybody's against me. They're coming after me. No, just, man, you know, you keep getting caught up in shit. You know, it doesn't work that way. Oh, I was just walking down the street whistling Dixie, and then people just threw charges on me, and people just started lying on me. No, it doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but goddamn, dog, when you got 7, 8, 9, 10 incidences of the same shit, come on, man. Where there's smoke, there's fire. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, that's all I'm saying, bro. You got to be able to look yourself in the eye, look yourself in the mirror. Let's see. He said WBC used to do Sergio dirty. Yeah, I think that's when let's see. When did Jose Suleiman pass away? Yeah, he passed away and his son took over. Easy Don said Mike was fighting his demons. Yeah, he was. He was fighting his demons. You know, everybody have demons some way, form, or fashion. You know, everybody does. So he was fighting his demons. He said, "Hey, coach, do you believe any of these top boxers are natural? No PEDs, of course. They claim to be. But do you see a person believe it? But do you as a person believe it?" To be honest with you, man, I don't know. I'm the type of guy like this, JB. I don't like to speculate on anything if I don't have any proof on it. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have any proof on something, I don't like to speculate on it. So I kind of take these fighters for their word until otherwise it's been disproven. And I'm not gonna lie to you, JB. I don't have any inside information on what some of these fighters do with their bodies and what they're taking. So I try not to, you know what I mean? You know, anything is possible though. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Because some of your favorite fighters, like people said Floyd Mayweather, you know, contrary to popular belief, man, but it is what it is. He said, "Coach, props to the alphabet boy, Ego. He made up Mexican Mike Tyson. You know, Ego was sweating about the 11th round." No, he didn't. I don't think he made that up. They've been calling him that. I don't think he made that up, to be honest with you. He got that for somebody. They was calling him that. I don't think he's the author of that, to be honest with you. But he was hyping it up as that to try to sell the fight, of course. You know what I mean? Because he probably get a couple of dollars from Leonard. Him and Leonard probably hit a couple of lines together. He said the demon started it. Mike was just fighting back. Let's see. Yeah, Yeah, man. He say, Easy Don say Floyd was on that gas. Yeah, bro. But you'll be surprised, bro. Like when you point one finger at people, you got 3 fingers coming back at you. You know, when you sit back and say, well, you know, this guy was on PEDs, that guy was on PEDs, but I'm the one, I'm the clean fighter, I'm the clean fighter. Yeah, gotta look at you sideways. Gotta look at you sideways. Well, I ain't never got popped for anything. Well, the guy you said was on PEDs, he never got popped for nothing either. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, they were saying a whole lot of shit about Manny Pacquiao, but what about you? You know, so you know, when you point one finger, you got 3 coming back. You know what I mean? That's how it is. You know, I'm just saying. You know, just be aware of that. Be aware of that. Akon said, I can't figure out how Mike Tyson got land full of weed. Don't the U.S. government mind that? No. I mean, you know, he found a way to do it. I mean, you got to go through the government in order to get approved for it. You know what I mean? So he got approved for it. You got approved for it. And when you got that kind of like money, power, and influence, I mean, Mike don't have nowhere near as much money as they had in the past, but when you have that kind of influence, Akon, you know, anything is possible. Because you know people, you meet people, you know what I mean? So anything is possible. But yeah, man, we're going to wrap this up, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's give everybody a round of applause. You know how we do it. We're going to do this OJ Juman style. Anybody who left for a super chat and I didn't cover it, please forgive me, guys. Who's doing the interview? Please forgive me. Who's doing the interview? But shout out to the Queen Lisa Bales.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bales. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 who was in. Shout out to the Queen Lil Green Eyes P. Shout out to Toby Bartlett. What's going on, fam? John Jones in the building. Drumming for Life. Blue Poacher. CB3. Carl Hansen. JB. Pound for Pound King. Bohemio. Lil Green Eyes P. Let's see. Billy Kidman in the building. G the PT. Shout out to Devon H. Renee. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Bruce Gold's in the building. Shout out to Major Key Boxing who stopped by. Shout out to MJ. Shout out to CB3. Shout out to Halim that was in the building as well. Shout out to my brother Charlo. And shout out to the professional dart throwers. I think I'm going to start a dart channel. I don't know, or something, horseshoes or whatever. I don't know. Shout out to Prime Fighting Champions. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Anthony Rubio. Shout out to Johnny Blaze in the building. Shout out to my main man Huggy Bear, Diallo Huggy. Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, that's the guy I was thinking about. Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, shout out to Keyshawn Davis. We're gonna give a shout out. Shout out to who called in. Shout out to my brother Dirty Red from Mississippi who called in as well. We're gonna give a big salute to let's see, Freeway Ricky Ross, Freeway Rick Ross. Salute to that brother there, man, doing big things, man. Shout out to Freeway Ricky Ross. Shout out to Rick Glazier as well. Salute to Rick Glazier, man. You guys are doing a phenomenal job, and the only reason that we had Kid Austin on with his dad is because of those guys. So I really appreciate it, man. If it wasn't for those guys, they wouldn't have been on this show. Facts. Shout out to Floyd Sr., aka Pop, and shout out to Kid Austin as well. And remember, guys, you can follow Kid Austin on Instagram. That's at Kid_Austin #1. Kid _Austin #1 on Instagram. Let's see. Let's go down. I got everybody up top. Let's go down to the bottom. Shout out to Tony Kelly. Tony Kelly and the boys. Shout out to my brother Teach. Shout out to Carl Henson. Shout out to Light Walker. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Paul Evans and Major Key Boxing, and salute to Ava as well. Let's see who else we have. Shout out to Pound for Pound King. Shout out to John Jones. Shout out to my brother Philly Fly in the building. Philly Fly. Shout out to George H. Shout out to Bohemio. What's going on? Knockdown 305. Born and raised in the county of Dade. Trey 05 in the building. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Let's see. Anthony Rubio. JB. Yes, sir. He say no cherry picking or ducking in darts. No, sir. We do not condone that. Shout out to let's see, man. Akon, what's going on, bro? Akon. Shout out to the Darvin Renee. Shout out to I think it's some of the same names. Armani. Shout out to Armani Valentino. What's going on? Let's see, man. Let's see what he say. Oh, I ain't gonna even get into that. That's an AB thing. Shout out to Dirty Red. Dirty Red, what's going on, fam? Hey, Dirty Red say, bro, darts, I can maybe understand 9-ball, but darts, hey, I'm just saying, darts are 9-ball. Bro, listen, Dirty Red, I'm telling you, bro, I was saying the same shit, bro. I saw a darts tournament, and it was packed. So you'll be surprised. Let's see, who else we got in the building, man? I think I got everybody, man. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to my brother Charlo, Miguel Gomez. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Salute to Hector Garcia. Salute. Shout out to G-Man in the building. G-Man. Shout out to Jay in the building. The Axiom. What's going on, my brother? The Axiom. Let's see who else we have in the building. I think that's everybody, man. I think I got everybody. I think I got everybody because these are some of the same names. Shout out to Punch Smollett. Jack Warathama, what's going on, fam? Carl Hansen, Anthony Rubio, King KO. I think we got everybody, man. We got everybody. If I forgot to, man, please forgive me. Ed Shake Forum in the building. Derek Curry in the building. Wayne Love Peacock. What's happening, bro? The Queen, Bless 365. Let's see. The Wolf of Cards. The Wolf of Cards is in the building as well. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Thomas Jones, and shout out to my main man, Philly Fly. Hey, Philly Fly, you gotta let everybody know where your barbershop at, man, so they can go get a haircut, man. Jay Kamar, what's going on, fam? Reese Mack in the building. Reese Miggity Mac Daddy in the building. Easy Designs. Who else we have, man? Melvin Everett, what's going on, fam? Melvin Everett in the building. Andy C. Rob Rib Shows, Bernard Burton, Arthur Hawkins, what's going on, my brother? Let's see, Anthony Rubio, what the lick read, Toby Bartlett, Damian Bennett, what's going on? What's going on, man? Hey, he said, Damian, he said, Coach, kid also going to catch some serious hate talking about Dev like that. Yeah, they know that, but apparently they don't care, so, you know, they know that. They know that. And talking about Lomachenko like that as well, but I don't think they care. Shout out to Electro Jed in the building, MJ in the building as well. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to the Queen. She says smash the like button in case you forgot. Thank you so much, Bless. And shout out to the Queen Arlette as well. The Queen Bless 365. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bales. And shout out to the Queen Arlette as well. She said she had a busy day. And that's beautiful. Other than that, that's it, man. This is our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, signing out. Salute to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Spotify as well as Amazon Music and the other outlets. So anywhere there's a podcast, you can listen to my show. You see what I'm saying? So other than that, that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know me. We believe in being consistent over here. We are team consistent. You can count on me to be on 3 o'clock every day, okay? Other than that, that's it. Coach Malachi Williams, New Media Today USA Boxing. Salute, signing out. See you guys tomorrow, man. Other than that, don't meet me there, beat me there. Holla at you guys. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.